My mama told me when I was young, we so inspired, sorry son. You won't be lonely if you fall in love over and over again and again. I'm living my life according to the law of attraction. It's like human action. I never wanna die. I'm living that life with no direction. I thought you learned your lesson. Thought you learned your lesson. Over and over again and again.
Hello everyone. I'm Jared. You're blessed with my presence as well as Aldo's presence as we cast the inaugural ATK versus VDROP. It is fixture 3, if I'm not mistaken, of the Raving Mad Gamerz League. Aldo, two big teams. How do you see this one going out?
Hello there, Jared. It's great to be with you again for another great RMG stream.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I think this is going to be a very good game. You know, V-Drop against ATK, both unbeaten in the RMG series so far. We are in week 3, so I guess we're in the middle of RMG currently. So this is definitely going to boil down. This is going to be a very important game. Two big teams that we kind of expect to be in the top 4 of RMG. So you know, you never know. This can be a deciding factor for both teams if they want to go for that number 1 spot in the league.
If I'm not mistaken, giving yourself the third win of the league would almost guarantee you a spot in the top 4. And that's ultimately what these teams are going to be trying to fight for. Remember, top 4 is when you start getting your prize money back. A reminder that there was an entrance fee that was paid, and the top 4 teams will be receiving prizes according to their position. So a lot to fight for right now. Obviously, we saw VDROP win last season, so they are the favorites to go all the way to the final. But we do have a new team, a team that, or should I say, not new team. ATK, previously known as Motion Esports, they're coming back under a new org, taking a season break. But I mean, they've won a few RMGs, so we know that they are quite the dark horse in this matchup.
Yes, definitely. I think there's a lot of experience in that team. It is a new name, ATK. It's a big organization here in South Africa, and it's great to see them joining this console scene and the RMG League. But the names themselves, you know, it's old names that we become accustomed to in the com scene, you know, with Smosh, Mechhead, vibes as well. So, you know, there's some names that you instantly recognize, and they should have a lot of talent on that team. But same thing on VDrop. You know, they've been really solid as a team, really improving week on week and getting just better synergy in the team and really performing on a high level. So, you know, I won't be surprised if this goes the distance and we go to map 3 and maybe even an OT on map 3.
What are your predictions, Aldo? I'm feeling a 2-1 on the side of VDROP. I say that because they're more of a established team in the current times. They're the guys who won last season. Yes, they've had a few roster additions. Few guys have left, and in fact, I believe 2 of those guys have left VDROP and have joined the likes of ATK. So maybe that plays into it. I don't think it will be too influential. We know how Motion used to play. It was more of a kind of every man for himself, but they did it in a team-orientated style, which is not something you see very often. So I imagine it's going to be quite an interesting performance on the likes of ATK. This is their first challenge, if you will. They have been pushed up against fairly easier teams, but this is when they start kind of going into the renowned range, the range of competitors that are more than capable to finish in that top 4. And I think this is kind of where the community as a whole, get to see how capable are ATK. Are they just a flash in the pan that used to be good, a bunch of has-beens, or have they adopted the modern style of competitive play, and will they be swinging everywhere as soon as we get to the start of this game? I hope it's a 2-1 in terms of VDROP. I would like to see ATK take every map to OT. I don't want this to be a one-sided affair. What about you, Aldo? What's your predictions?
It's two strong teams, and I think this will be a 2-1. It's just in whose favor. It's difficult. I'm leaning more towards VDROP, but yeah, it is so close, and I won't be surprised if it goes either way. Yeah, and the maps that we have, Chalet, Oregon, Villa. It's a quite an interesting set of maps. I would have loved to see a bit of coastline, but hey, that's just my taste. But it's maps that I'm not actually too sure who picked who. But in RMG bans, the map bans, you don't actually pick a map, so it's just ban, and then you're left with the 3 remaining maps, and that's pretty much it. So, we could very well see 3 very tightly contested maps. I'm sure both teams banned the most effective maps of each team, so I'm expecting quite a close game, but I think VDROP will edge it out.
Yeah, and I think today is going to be a game of target bans. You said it in the map, they're targeting each other in terms of the opposing team's strong points. I think that will continue into the operator bans. I say that because you've got a team that are coming back from such a long break. As soon as your operators kind of get disgruntled, and I'm not talking about Thatcher, Maverick, Jackal, I'm talking about your specific operators. If your ace gets taken away, an operator that you have grown accustomed to while trying to get back into a comp, get back into the competitive scene, that is a huge Achilles heel, and I'll be very happy to see VDROP attack those target bans. If not, then yes, I'm a madman that's just theorizing what could be. But I would like to see certain target bans to kind of put more spanners into the works of ATK, a roster that has a lot to prove. I believe both teams are ready. Aldo,
yeah, I am seeing. I think we can hop in. Just for the viewers out there, I'm in charge of spectating, production, and casting. So if you see me moving a little bit around, looking at my phone, it's just to make sure both teams are ready, and they are ready indeed. We are going to hop into Chalet with actually VDROP attacking first. So let's get into it.
Cool. I cannot wait. Chalet being, it's a map that leans itself to fragging, and that's why you usually see the attackers coming out on top come to the split. But we've seen time and time again, defenders just playing those close quarter engagements and really coming out on top. And when it's a defender-sided Chalet, it's a 5-1 on the side of Chalet. We do have one of the VDROP guys having a connection issue. He will be back soon. We'll just get through the ban phase. Thatcher, first operator off the board. Again, not really. It's not a new one. We've seen Thatcher banned almost 100% this entire RMG. This is the target ban that I was hoping from the side of VDROP, and I'll do. Ace.
you don't like to play against at AK-12. I'm not sure if that is the reason, but you know that hard breach capabilities, you know, Ace being able to throw his Selma charges from a distance, eliminating that kind of C4 threat from up or from below. But yeah, now we see a Goyo ban. Interesting. They don't want to play against those flammable shields, it seems. Yeah, quite interesting.
Yeah, well, you see, the aces, like I said, it's in their target ban range. We know that the likes of ATK have a good ace player. I mean, the Ella's, yeah, okay, very, very standard. The ace getting banned, I see that as on my side of things. I see that as a target ban, primarily towards someone like Smosh. We know that he's been playing ace quite frequently this tournament. The Goyo is, I mean, Chalet is it's the map for shields. And we've seen Goyo being brought by teams like Meraki, Mist, V-Drop, and even there is a team that I cannot... Imperial 7. We've seen those teams kind of abuse the two shields that Goyo does operate. I believe everybody's in the lobby, so we are set to go on that side of things.
Yeah,
but yeah, Goyo, it's very understandable, and no, all good. And then Ella, I mean, I was having a talk with one of the PC guys. Ella's not the best operator on PC, but my word, does she shine on console.
Yeah, I think also on the console scene, well actually both, you know, that Ella's shotgun's just not something you like to play against. It can really just upset your mood. So I think just getting it off the board, you know, I could see Ella's shotgun working well on this map. There's a lot of corners you can hide in and just a lot of kind of annoyance that you can be to the other team. So, you know, it doesn't really surprise me. You actually do see a Ella ban quite often. But yeah, it's quite interesting to see the bans from both teams, and now it's up to well, ATK here to see how they defend on this map. Would you actually say Chalet is more defender-sided or attacker-sided?
I believe Chalet leans itself more to the gunfights, and because of that, I mean, who has the strongest guns? Let's be honest, it's the attackers, and that's why we usually see, at least in NAL and in EU, we see Chalet being a defender-sided map, but I mean an attacker-sided map, sorry. But as we've kind of seen time and time again, we start to see the attackers, the defenders. Sorry, I'm getting my sides mixed up terribly on this side. The defenders seem to just win rounds out of nothing, and it comes down to single hero plays, or if not, just shutting out the attackers in their entry point. Speaking about entry point, V-Drop are 30 seconds into the round, and if they read this right, they can kind of walk into library. Yes, you've got the likes of Smosh playing on Chimney, but I mean, he's going to miss drones, and I can only imagine he'll be missing headshots if this carries on. He'll be falling off quite soon. I'm very interested to see how the play in, but the pests won't matter. The wallbang coming out from 60, and he will just drop Smosh in his tracks, and just like that, they have taken library, and soon the main wall.
Yeah, here we see Vubs just chilling in the basement, but he's going to have to do something, you know, these V-Drop players, they are moving on to site. He's going to need to do something to impact on this round. They're already one man down, getting quite an early frag, and it seems like this sledge might suspect someone being at the bottom, so yeah, Vibes, he's going to need to do something here for his team.
If I'm not mistaken, the Ash of Sparrow is already on his own mission. He's taking the likes of Trophy and should be going up solo very soon, but Vibes should be getting a frag right now, and he will miss a lot of shots, and Jordan is left on 10 HP, but it is still nonetheless a gun, and that edge will be set up, and that is Vibes' entire flank to waste. If V-Drop read this correctly, they can almost focus entirely on the site and start pushing on, but Smosh's early death is starting to show now. You can start seeing the V-Drop guys are, I mean, they've taken everything. They've got a minute to play. They just need a drone, clear this man behind the shield and piano, and they have the round, but it's easier said than done as CJ just wide swinging that. I believe CJ, one of the guys that was part of V-Drop, that has transitioned over, so he should be playing an inaugural part in this collapse. Meket, the only person on site, and he's going to be using that shotgun as the attackers kind of flood the site. We do have Jordan on low HP, but it's looking very stagnant, and I say that, and then Meket will just drop the likes of that low HP Nomad, and I believe Mech is going to be a huge problem right now. If he just stands his ground, kind of blind fires around the corner. I take that back. Caster's Curse, he's taken off the board.
He does get him. Oh, with the refrags.
And the plant is going down. It's a 2v1. Fluffus needs to impact this round right now as he's playing inside of Piano. The prone C4 will come out to no avail. It is a 1v2. They're piling up on each other. Very dangerous stuff there from V-Drop, but it doesn't matter. The flank seems to have been red on the side of Kalen, and Fluffus will go straight through the main breach. Not a wise decision, but you don't really have much else to do here. He's on 20 HP, health advantage clearly on the side of V-Drop, and he's going to start swinging. 20 seconds left of that defuse, and this is looking very dismal on the side of ATK. As I said, I'll do attacker sided. We didn't really expect much more. 10 seconds left, and the timer is almost out, and he's taken off, snaking around on the floor by main breach, and that is first round V-Drop Gaming.
Yeah, that was a clean round there. It was vital for them to get that opening pick. There on, I'm not sure who it was, I think it was Smosh, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, on the Mozzie.
Yeah, and yeah, that was a big opening pick, and then, you know, there was a lot of pressure on Vibes to make an impact on that roam, and unfortunately he could not land his shots on that Nomad. That Nomad did get taken out by Mekid on the shotgun quite easily, but yeah, just being that man down, it made V-Drop's game plan just so much easier throughout that round, and you know, they just did what they needed to, you know, went to the wall, open it up, ash shot from below, take out the batteries, and yeah, just went for the plant and just held the angles.
Yeah, and we're going to start to see slightly more conventional sight. I don't necessarily enjoy second floor. I believe it's very flawed in the manner that you can almost hold the double window and that entire site is just unplayable. But thankfully we have moved off that. I believe ATK see the weakness in that. They see that their roam game was not sufficient enough to hold back V-Drop as they kind of spiraled into sight. And now we're going to start to see something a little bit more normal, something a little bit more commercialized, if you will. ATK holding down the bottom. They have brought the Bandit. They have brought the Kaid, which has gone unbanned as a result of the Goyo getting banned. So yeah, this is going to be slightly problematic on the side of V-Drop. But if they use that IQ, which I believe was picked on, obviously when you see the fact that there's a Kaid on the board, you kind of need to identify where those Electro Claws were or where they are. So that you can operate around them. And I believe the IQ has come out from the likes of Sparrow, both as a fragging operator and also on the side of utility denial, specifically those Electro Claws. We already see the entire V-Drop team coming over to the main garage side, and that is a risky game. The Electro Claw coming out, I believe that will trick the thermite charge, and that is beautiful.
Oh, Kobe! Throws the
mental stuff.
I'm surprised that Nade actually got that. It was quite a throw. Oh, here he goes again. Will that Nade come out? Oh, he is tricking this very well. Will he time it? No, that is a big loss for them. You can see now the V-Drop players realizing that wall won't get open and just going towards another avenue of attack.
I have to ask, Aldu, where is the Maverick?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. You know, when I was looking at the wall, I was like, okay, just gonna Maverick open the wall and just move from there. But they didn't pick it. But the opening pick now coming from ATK with Mekid taking out that sledge.
Yeah, and that's your nades off the board. That's your vert off the board. So that kind of forces you to go through the backside, and another body on the likes of Clippy's drops. That's your thermite down. Regardless, Thermite doesn't have much util left, and Jordan will get the refrag, but to what extent? It's a 3v4 right now, with a minute 20 left. You don't have avenues into the site. You're playing guns right now, and playing guns on blue stairs, main stairs, French, it's not favoured on the side of the attackers. Drones already coming out, and this just shows a lack of intel. An air jab coming out that's not going to do too much. As Jordan swings, and he will get the frag, he gets traded back, almost getting way too aggressive for his HP. As Smosh picks up that tally, but Smosh will soon not get traded as he gets the triple kill. And it's a 1v3. Kalen, we know, has the frag potential, but it doesn't matter. Potential is not it's not reality. And the likes of Vibes will clear up that round. We're back to a 1-1. I kind of, you expect to see that bottom side because of its viability towards the defense. And I'm glad that the stats are showing now. We do see a one-sided affair. But I think that round kind of comes down to Flappus on that Kaid.
Yeah, it was a big play there from him, playing that wall very, very well. Losing his first, Electroclaw early, but that's expected. But then using his second one very wisely, throwing it a bit more to the side so that Nade doesn't get it, and denying them. And, as soon as they knew that wall wasn't going to come open, they immediately rotated, and you could see almost I don't know if it was a lack of intel or they just expected to open up the wall, but as soon as they rotated to different avenues, they just got picked off by ATK. So yeah, but the main thing there is I'm surprised the Maverick didn't get played. Like it would make your job so much easier to open up that wall. So I'm quite confused. Not sure if they maybe thought they would have picked a different site, but yeah, I'm not too sure.
John, I think what's even more puzzling is the fact that you have the IQ. Why not play Vert on that Electroclaw? I believe you can get an angle. If not on the Electroclaw, you can get one on the Kaid that's busy juggling on that wall. So why not use the IQ that you picked onto, unless you're doing it for just the gun? And if it's just the gun, then I really do question your need for that operator. There are other guns that you can bring. I know the G8 is amazing. It has so much bullets. It has high fire rate. But yeah, the operator selections, and we see this time and time again from these teams that haven't been together for too long. Their use of the operator and the gadgets themselves is almost insufficient, and that kind of costs teams rounds. But Sparrow, you're costing your team right there. As your pre-fires will come to no avail, and Smosh will very easily pick you off in that prone angle. And we're already at a 4v5 with only 30 seconds having passed. Amaru, I don't think it's the operator that you need right now. Regardless, she is moving through the building, and there's still no Mav. Aldu, what is happening?
That's quite strange. I don't really know what the Ash was doing there. I think maybe just trying to force an opening pick, trying to pre-fire through that door very quickly, but I'm not sure who killed him, but they read into that very well, being in prone, holding an angle, and just absolutely obliterating that Ash very quickly. And now V drops down a man very early, so this is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough to bring back.
Yeah, and the Capcan traps already doing work on the sides of the Amaru. They're predicting someone downstairs, but trust me, the doorways are a bigger threat right now, as 60's health is just, oh my god, it's gone. And that's only one of the 5 Capcan traps, or the EE1Ds that, not EE1Ds, what is it called? Entry denial device, the EDDs. I believe that's the second.
Yeah,
that's the second EDD that the Amaru will soak up. And guys, calm down. You have plenty of time. Yes, you've lost your Ash, but I mean, it's an operator with not much util. Should you have lost the Nomad or the Thermite? Yes, I would see the problem behind it, but it's an Ash. Why are we rushing this? And this is what I'm talking about, Aldu. This is where the IQ comes into play. It makes easy work of that wall, or let alone a Maverick. But now we're stuck to just opening up the floor and trying to fish out a Kaid claw, and it doesn't look like that Kaid claw is getting fished out, as the likes of Thermite Clippies has just kind of abandoned that wall. And now we're going to start seeing a 5-man through a double door on Piano, and the smoke canisters are coming out, and this is looking very futile on the likes of V-Drop.
Yeah, it's not good, and there's a cam there spotting them, but the flashbang's coming out now, but not really pushing with it. I see 4 getting ripped, but not getting anyone. I think they know he's behind the shield for sure, and the pre-fire's coming out. They're getting the Oak behind the Piano. It's a 4v4. Will they be able to get the other frags? There goes Smosh, a double kill for Jordan. With 10 seconds left, though, they don't have a lot of time.
Still a 4v2, 4v3, 4v2 now, 3v2 as the men are collapsing on the side. That kid going huge, but it doesn't matter. 1 second left, the plot will go down. It is up to the likes of Jackal and Vibes on the Aruni. It's going to be on to a 1v1 gunfight, make that a 2v1 gunfight as the diffuser goes down. Kaylin, congratulations on that frag, but Aldu, can we talk about Nomad? Jordan, you single-handedly, it's like I was watching Dwayne Vermeulen in the last few seconds of South Africa versus New Zealand today. Just a solo man effort, clinging to life around and bringing you that opportunity to play it out. And then Jordan also being the one involved in the final plant to give another extended period of time where Kalen can win that 1v1 against the likes of Vibes, and he did. No, yes, it was. I believe, yes. The Jackals C70,
I
the
think,
final kill. And wow, that is a huge confidence boost. I thought ATK had that in the bag.
Yeah, I must say, it should... Them pushing through one door should not have worked.
No, never.
Yeah, that's actually quite... I'm very surprised. When there were like 30 seconds left, you know, V-Drop looked a little bit lost, and they tried to commit, or were setting up to commit for that push through the door, but, you know, it shouldn't have worked. But that Jordan just said, well, this is the only way, so I'm gonna have to hit my shots, and he did indeed.
He did do a few shots. My word, Jordan, that AK 40 bullets does you justice, as you just clicked on a few heads, and yeah, that's immediately bringing that disadvantage back into your favor, and that almost immediately kind of sends a huge spark of momentum, a huge spark of missed shots from Nick on that drone, and he's just gonna walk straight past. Well done.
No one saw that. Moving on.
We are seeing a different sight, and I very much encourage this. I think ATK have realized like I said at the start of the broadcast, the likes. What am I saying? The fact of how unviable that site is. And yeah, ATK have swapped it over. They're now on the first floor, bringing the Frost. The Frost is an operator that you're not necessarily bringing for the gadget. It's more so the shield and the secondary shotgun. It allows you to do a lot of site prep. It allows you to set up a bunker position. In this case, you usually see it on the top of blue stairs. That Goyo not being available and most probably forcing the likes of an additional shield from the Frost. But yeah, and those frost mats are going to cause quite a bit of... There we go, the shield's already there on the top, and that's already been guarded by a few ADSs. It's up to CJ to kind of halt the progress here of V-Drop. But we'll see how good their util clear game is. That's all that this is. It's a mini game. You're trying to burn all the ADSs, drop the shield in as quick of a time as possible, but a Twitch drone.
Oh yeah, now it has unlimited range.
And that's the middle window gone upstairs, and that is one of the many problems that you will have to face in attacker side with the likes of a drone. and with that, okay, the wall's going to get opened up. We usually assume this to be true. Clippy's opening up the long angle, and that shield is dismantled. It's gone. Diego has fallen off. Yeah, he's gone down. You can start seeing vibes should be dropping down soon. It's still a very even contest right now. 5 minutes. The defenders have wasted 2 minutes, and that barely missing the shots. Vibes, will you?
Where's your frames?
What is happening? You will get wall banged, and that is what the attackers needed. It's now a 5v4. We're going to start seeing the C4s coming out. Only one C4, as Fluffus has missed his. Only one C4 on the likes of Smosh. And this, if it does hit with Great Prevail, could put ATK in a reasonable spot to win this round. But yeah, it's now up to V-Drops to kind of enclose them. They don't have any vert play. There's no breaching charges on the side of the attackers, so I'm not too sure where the gunfights are going to come out. But I say that in 6 years taken the the opening gunfight into this. It's a 5v3. Mechhead has been spotted in rat spot in that little corridor, and he's just going to get nowhere.
That's a problem.
He's nothing but a liability right now. The team kill coming out on Sparrow, that is not what you need. As the collapse starts coming down, Smosh picking up a vital kill. He's almost instantly refragged. It's a 3v1 on site as Makehead is still in the closet. What are you doing, Makehead? Get out of there. The Nomad air jab is gone.
Oh no, this is not going to be... The shotgun coming out.
Makehead's going huge. It's a 1v1. Even man count. The gun on the side of the C70 is much better. It's the two Spaniards head to head. Fluffus versus Kalen. Kalen hitting the shots, and it is down, back, into V-Drop.
Wow. What an energetic round there. Damn, that was a very good run from V-Drop there. Getting that early pick and clearing the top floor and just moving down. I'm actually not sure how that team kill came out, but that almost very much lost V-Drop that round. But they pushed through. got the plant down. I'm actually also not sure what happened to the Nomad air jab on the door. I think Mirror might have shot it out from inside. I think the call might have come out from Mecha to try and save him here so he can get out of the room, and it worked. Got the kill on Nomad and got the shotgun kill on the diffuser, but it was just too late. And damn, coming down to a 1v1 and just clutching it out.
Yeah, look, Mecha's influence on that round is amazing. I mean, he gets the 2 kills on the guys that are on site, the one being the planter, the other one being the man covering the planter. On top of that, the smoke canisters wasted so much time, but it didn't matter in the end, as VDROP kind of just did a collapse in unison, and they just took over the side. We saw people dropping on the likes of VDROP, but it was almost instantly refragged by the next man, and that's what a winning team shows. That ability to play off of each other and show those refrags. This is very questionable, the likes of these Aruni gates. I like it too much. You're kind of accepting the fact that that wall will get open. Yes, it will get opened quite swiftly, but using 2 gates on a single wall is very questionable. Each to their own. We also saw the likes of VDROP doing a full 5-man on the main garage wall. And your gates are on the other side. So yeah, I'm questioning it. Please tell me there's a jack. Oh, there's no Maverick.
There's no Maverick.
What are you doing?
But
I think they're abandoning. Yeah, they're abandoning that idea. So that kind of negates the Maverick. But I mean, Maverick is still.
Maverick is available. Do they think it got banned or something? Like.
And what's worse is that VDROP were the team to negate the Maverick ban and ban the Ace, which was the target ban, onto the likes of ATK. So they're well aware, and I'm sure they've practiced using the Maverick because they know it's going to be in play. But for some odd reason, they're just not using it. I'm so dumbfounded by just the operator pick alone. I haven't even noticed the fact that it's taken a minute just to walk into the first door of sight. VDROP, I know you just came off the back of winning 2 rounds, but you should have won those rounds. It's an attacker-sided map, and that Claymore is doing nothing, Sparrow. What? There's some other. It's right amongst the. Yeah, I don't understand what that is doing. The Nomads are being set up. Jordan's already lost a lot of HP. I don't even want to know what that is. I hope not from your own teammates. But yeah, VDROP have already enclosed that side of the map. Jordan's sitting upstairs for the flank watch. I can imagine that they are scared that ATK might do something over here. They're just ash charging the batteries, but they've missed the ash charges. I believe the ADS kind of doing its due diligence. And are they abandoning it? Please don't tell me they're abandoning the wall already. We've got 2 men on this side. Where is the okay, Thermite's opening up the hatch. I imagine this is to get an angle onto that small wall, but with 1 Thermite charge off the wall, I'll do.
Don't die.
They don't have. They're going to open up this side wall. They're not going to open up the main long wall, and that's going to not cut the site in half.
Let's go.
Yeah, I don't. This is questionable vibes. In prone in the middle of sites, he is not going to get the pick that he wants. Yeah, I think it keeps just getting reset on the likes of vibes as he swings out with that DMR. Not your primary gun that's being used. Fluff is being dropped, and what is happening? Naked's also being dropped. Plant's going down. The DMR finding bodies, but another man on the likes of ATK are being down. It's a 3v2 theoretically. What is happening? It's a 3v1. Smosh, what are you doing? Smosh, why are you so far away from the diffuser? Why? Smosh.
Oh, no.
Smosh, what are you?
That was damn. Like they left that late. They definitely left that late. I think they could have executed on the side a lot earlier. They really took their time, but they landed their shots. So down 2 of them with Smosh just chilling there behind the the
It doesn't matter. If you hit your shots, strategy doesn't matter. It goes out of the window. What is happening on the side of ATK? You have to worry about 2 angles. The side wall being A, and B, the single door. How do you lose your gunfights to 2 entry points? And what's worse is that we see the likes of Smosh being isolated on the other side of site. If you know that the primary attack is coming from trench, why do you bother sitting inside of snowmobile garage? Attempt to hold blue. Attempt to hold the other side that is currently being contested. Come, guys.
Yeah,
What is happening?
This is not looking good for ATK. I think they might have just lost the momentum in this game. You know, they started pretty well. They had a bit of a rough first round, but then gained it back. But like, yeah, I don't know. It seems like they're just slipping out of this map currently, and they on defense. They should have a slight advantage over the attackers, but it's already 4-1 rounds with them being on defense. So it's not looking overly great here for ATK.
I think a big portion of why ATK are struggling so much is look at their primary fragger. He's 1 for 5. Fluffus. Mind you me, he is playing Kaid. He's not playing necessarily the entry roles. He was playing meta on the game's defense. But Fluffus, we were aware of his capabilities when he was working with that V-drop roster. He was able to frag out very effectively. And now he's almost taken a back seat, but that's not what they need. CJ hoping to get entry onto the likes of Sparrow. Sparrow also being the entry for V-drop, but he's going 0 for 4. Oh, that is not what you want to see, and that is Sparrow's first kill of the game, and coming at a very crucial time where you kind of need to take that 5-1 and assert your dominance on that round. Aldu, Jackal, unbanned, becoming an absolute menace on the side of ATK. V-drop using him to an absolute T. That's why he gets banned.
Yeah, it was very well played there. I actually thought that Jaeger would have taken out the Ash there on the window, but that Jackal track coming out at the very last and saving him a little bit there and getting the opening frag. And in this game, it's proven that every time a team gets an opening frag, they pretty much win the round. So, and now they're actually doing just what they should have done when they played there the first time. Just opening up the top and just taking it out easy. Oh, but that bandit! Oh!
What? What? Smosh, how do you lose that gunfight? You
hold the angle.
It's an LMG that has the slowest ADS in the game. How do you lose that gunfight? 60, you're mental. Well done. I don't know how the frickadoodle you won that gunfight. Apologies. Yeah, I had to say that one. We are seeing a 3v5 on site. The Kaid Claw. The Kaid Claw is coming into effect, and I believe that is where the issue comes in. V-drop are trying to get rid of it, and
I think that's
how are you allowing Fluffus to play on the breach?
Fluffus,
well, he's staying here. He's playing under the drone hole by the trash cans. He should be spotted very quickly, but I think his positioning is so stupidly obvious that it might go unchecked. Kalen checking on Mekhead, dropping him, and it will be checked. Fluffus getting dropped, Vibes being dropped. It is a flawless round on the most defender-sided site on this map. Aldu, this is... You don't want to see this. We've seen a 5-1 split. Yes, I know it's attacker-sided, but that usually lends itself to being a 4-2 or a 3-3, not a 5-1. That tells me that V-drop have kind of gotten the clinch on ATK, and they're holding them down in the submissive hold, and unless ATK can roll out of this or do something, they're going to be tapping out very quickly.
Thank you, Fluffus. Thank you.
Hey! Maverick has entered the fray.
Let's go. This man is available for play. Oh,
no. Don't do that. Don't do it. What are you...
Oh, damn it. They had us in the first half, Jared.
Master's curse as the Maverick is sick picked onto the Flores. Flores not a bad operator. Look, like, don't get me wrong. Flores brings a lot of utility, and you need that. But the Maverick, though. Surely the Maverick holds more value than a Flores. And in saying that, why do we have both an Ash and a Zoe? Yes, that was good when the meta was shields, but now the meta has swiftly changed, and you don't need to bring 2 soft breaches. That's where the Maverick needs to come in. And you've got a Flores to get rid of shields. Look, I know these are comfortable picks because the team haven't been playing comp recently, but guys, bring operators that add value, please. I'm surprised by the lack of value. Are we gonna see a penis? Thank you, 6E. You continue to make our streams X-rated. I believe 60 was also the person who was looking at the roof on cafe in bakery. He's teabagging now. Awesome. Thank you, 60. I appreciate you. Yeah, and funny enough, although we're seeing V-Drop attempt the AWP site that is upstairs.
Yeah, I think V-Drop really have the momentum with them now. I think you can see the confidence in their play. Whoops, I hope that was deliberate. Yeah, and I think ATK might be struggling here now. Struggling to just get a grasp of this game against V-Drop, just to try and claw back a round or two, because 5-1, this is not looking good. This can easily go 7-1 and close off this game.
We're seeing V-Drop already make adjustments to their site. They've read into the fact that a solar push is perhaps on the verge now, and Sparrow, you're being spotted by the likes of Mekid, but is there anyone on the back of that drone? No, there isn't. They're just trying to push him out of his spot and have people watch the top of stairways, but that's not good enough. 2 drones are already going on the wayside, and Sparrow will just sit here and waste more and more time as Fluffus is starting to get down, but it doesn't matter, the drones are gone. And if Sparrow reads into this, he can just sit down here, stay pretty, and he will waste time. 60.
What? I was on the window, yeah.
Of CJ, and that is the Ash.
Five's going down now.
I think my connection may have just screwed me over there. It's already a 5v3 as we see ATK again struggling to connect the rounds. The attacker-sided map not showing its prowess on the side of ATK, and this man might go unchecked as he... Sparrow, you can't get this frag, you don't get the frag! Mekhead will clean up that AK, proving to be the winner of a few gunfights already, as ATK are pushing onto this main wall. Have they got the main wall open yet? I'll do it.
No. It's still electroclawed.
Oh no, no. And with 40 seconds left, I don't think there is enough time. They may have to start pushing gunfights on single doors. Fluffus, that drone is your last hope to get this electroclaw. Will it make it? It's already halfway down the journey. It has made it. Is that electroclaw off the wall? Is that wall vulnerable? It is not. The electrical is somewhere on the roof. There are terror drones not being high enough. Your thermite's off the board, so it doesn't even matter. Frags are coming out now. It's a 4v2. The likes of Mekhead and Fluffus. Will you be able to claw it back, or will this go into overtime? Mekhead dropping to the likes of Jordan, and it's a 1v4. Fluffus.
You can hear him. Ah, no. This is, yeah, I think this is pretty much over for ATK here. You can clearly see they are just disjointed currently as a team, just dropping and just dying very early in that round, losing 2 players and then just struggling to get the electroclaw off the wall. I'm not sure who banned Ella, but I think they would probably...
It was ATK.
Well, ATK, yeah. I think they're going to regret not banning Kaid at this point. Because they didn't even look close to opening up that wall. They were kind of just chilling there at the wall, holding angles, trying to maybe get a pick. And the floor is, he only has so many drones, and he was the only player that can take out that electroclaw. And I think if you put the electroclaw on the wall, can it, or on the roof?
Our terror drones don't get that high. The explosive radius is not high enough to get. I believe it will get up to just under top of the wall, but being that it is on the roof, it's impossible. You can't get it with an artillery drone, and this is where the likes of the floor under that electroclaw is completely.
But they have Maverick as well.
Yes, Maverick. Yeah, but the Maverick I believe was taken off early. I could be wrong.
You probably. I'm actually not too sure now, but it would make sense if he was off the board early. Actually, just watching back at the stream. No, they didn't have one. Yeah, they didn't have a Maverick. They ran the Ash.
Oh yes, yes. They picked off the Maverick for the Flores. We still made a huge thing about it. How could we have forgotten? Aldo, do you see that Kaid claw? Just below the window outside of garage. Go 1 floor up. There we go. This could work, or it could fail miserably. And I don't think ATK have read into it, and they're going to start maving the wall, and it's not going to work. The wall! Shot out. The Maverick stays on the
another
board.
one. Come on.
We are having...
This
Here we go. Here we go.
No!
Oh, the struts.
Damn
Why
it.
would you shoot out your own C4? It doesn't make sense. The struts on the wall are being shot out. The nades are coming out, but guess what, Aldo? They will not find the Kaid Claw.
Oh,
Bandit,
no.
why are you even putting yourself near it? And...
Drone it out.
Oh, no.
It's still
ATK,
there.
don't lose
that's
the
rip.
game like
Oh,
this.
wow.
ATK, don't lose the game like this. No. And that, folks, is why droning is so valuable in a game like Rainbow Six Siege. And they still haven't droned it out because no one is making an attempt to take lobby. I say that now, and Mech has kind of just walked in. He hasn't seen it. The electric claw is still under the window. Guys, no.
No, man.
No!
This is just really unfortunate. Is it still there?
It has been taken off.
okay.
Thank God. Thank
Oh,
God.
but now the batteries are there.
Well done, Bandit.
Oh no.
Sparrow will play the mind games, and now you start to think, well, that Kaid Claw did it. Was it even the problem? And what is the problem right now is the likes of Jordan. He will down Fluffus, but he will get instantly traded back.
Oh.
Rez coming out, but it doesn't matter. 6E will play aggressively on these stairs. He might.
Run.
He does not. And yeah, this is starting to look a bit dismal for the likes of ATK. Health advantage clearly on the side of V-Drop as the thermite charges are now coming out for the hatch. That is not what you want. That is a 50-50 drop and pray that no one is waiting for you on the other side. We do see Vibe slowly eke his way down, and Vert is starting to get played, but it's not
They get a pick.
enough. What is enough though is Smosh will take out the likes of Kalen. Kalen being the top fragger on the side of V-Drop. He has been there consistently, and a second frag coming out on the side of 60, but they will not know that the down has come because there is no points on that side. Another one coming out. It is a 1v4. I don't see this going very well, but the diffuser gets dropped, and if he wins this next gunfight, there might be a chance, but he does not win the next gunfight. Vibes cleaning up shop with 150 bullets that he does have at his disposal, and it is ATK, after what seemed like an embarrassment of a wall opening, has turned into a sweep of just guns, nothing else. No avenues have been opened up. You are simply walking downstairs, pew-pewing the man that's in front of you, and you are winning those gunfights. Congratulations, ATK. You've clawed back around, but that is the start of your reverse sweep. Do you have it in you to go another 4 rounds and take us to OT?
Damn, that was a roller coaster of a round, eh? After
Lord.
them not being able to open up that wall and wasting a ridiculous amount of utility, I thought that was over. You know, V-Drop just needed to kind of chill. I think they were a bit maybe too aggressive at that point, but you know, you kind of understand it. They're very confident being 6-1 up. They have a few rounds that they can throw. You know, they were just I think they were just having fun. But yeah, ATK, that must have been so frustrating not being able to open up that damn wall. I think when they eventually realized where the Kaid was, the electric claw, I think they were probably like, guys, whoa, okay, let's just kind of dial it back and let's just do the basics, because that should have been drawn out almost immediately. You know, it's not even like hidden in between struts in a wooden floor. You know, it's just plonked on a piece of concrete, and oh yeah, that's it. So yeah, hopefully they can take a little bit of confidence from that. But being 6-2 down, you know, they're gonna have to move mad to bring this back.
And I like that we are seeing the Mav again, because it clearly shows that they are aware that obviously the electric claw was just in a problematic area. They weren't aware of its location. They will bring the Mav again, which immediately tells me that they're aware of the utility, which they weren't doing in earlier rounds. You also see the likes of a soft breacher, and here we go. We're going to start playing this game again.
Okay, impact. They're going to impact trick it now, I think.
Ooh.
C4, will it help now? Just please don't. It's going to
That
get
will
stuck.
land.
It's going to get stuck.
No, guys, there's a little thing that you keep looking at before you throw it. The nades will come out, and that wall is going to get opened, Aldo. I don't care who you are. That second nade will find the electric claw, and that is the wall. Oh, oh my god! Oh!
Oh,
Sparrow.
that is unfortunate. I thought that was a very good toss there, but unfortunately just not landing. I think it probably just landed outside or inside.
Yeah, it just landed on the inside of the metal beam instead of going through the hole and connecting with a soft side on the other side. We have a 5v5. Main wall is open with 2 minutes left, and now you can start start feeling a little bit comfortable if you're an ATK supporter, as you just have to now start checking off the rest of your shopping list, and that includes map control. As you see, Fluff is already taking the likes of games, and hopefully, the Jackal tracks are coming out. Yeah, that defender is falling straight back down. Jordan, you will not influence the round, at least off-site, as we will start to see a collapse start to come down. Sparrow has been droned out, whether he likes to admit it or not. And he is going to get isolated very quickly. You can already see the angles being held. Mechhead holding an angle onto another man, and he drops him. Sparrow getting the frag, very questionable. You knew where he was. How did he get away with that? You're starting to see a 4v4 on site. Getting another kill, just swinging wide. Jordan also influencing the round on that side of things. What is happening? Jordan, you're offside. How did you get offside? There's a nomad on the board. Oh my, Jordan will
misses the head.
Have some fun right now, and Jordan might get this frag, and he will add to his tally. I think there was a little bit of a 360. We might see it right now in the kill cam. No, 360. There you go. Well done. V-drop swiftly, and when I say that, I mean it with gusto, swiftly taking ATK on map 1.
Yeah, that was a dominant performance almost there from V-drop, and they just showed their gun skill. You know, we see Jordan and how do you pronounce?
60, I believe.
60, yeah, dropping 12 and 11. You know, going big for their team. And yeah, they just almost from the get-go, you could see they were just in charge of that game, especially when it got to the second, third, fourth round. You know, they were comfortable, to say the least. And ATK, they really tried to do whatever they could to get back, but they kind of looked a little bit disjointed with certain aspects of the attack. Defense as well, they were 5-1 down on defense, you know, on Chalet. That's not good. And V-drop didn't even bring a Maverick. So yeah, very not a great performance from ATK. I think they're gonna want to forget this result and just move on to the next map.
Yeah, and I mean, Jordan, dude, you are the MVP of that last round. Outstanding performance. I commented about your lack of off-site presence because you were almost immediately mitigated by the likes of the Jackal. But I'm assuming no air jabs were put up, which is very confusing. But Jordan, seeing that opportunity, getting off-site, and I believe picking up a 4K. Wow, Jordan, huge round. Well done for sticking up your hand, and you very quickly turned it back into the likes of V-drop, and yeah, V-drop taking it, I believe it was a 7-2, and yeah, I don't know what to expect now for map 2. I said I wanted to see it go to OT. I was expecting maybe a little bit more of a fight back when that match point did come, but it didn't happen. Didn't happen effectively, at least. And now we're going to be moving on to map 2. It's Oregon, Aldo. It's a frag map, and we just witnessed V-drop winning all their gunfights.
Yeah, it's a bit worrying, I would say, almost for ATK now. You know, I don't know how they play on Oregon. I hope for their sake they're comfortable on the map. Because yeah, they just got steamrolled on Chalet, and it's going to be a bit difficult to get back from that. But we see it a lot, you know, teams maybe, you see it often where teams just start slow, and that's just kind of how they are as a team. Now it's up to, you know, who in the ATK team is going to, you know, just sit down, be a leader, and tell the team, okay, this is what we need to do, this is what we learned, let's adjust, and let's just win the second map. And that's exactly what they need now. If they are not going to try and identify their errors, the exact same is going to happen, because we clearly saw V-drop. They just win their gun skills. They are quite aggressive with their swings, and ATK is really struggling with that. So hopefully, for their sake, they can work on that.
Aldo, have we been on face cams?
Yeah, we are on face cams.
Hi. Sorry, I wasn't told what was happening in terms of production, but it's fine. We will be getting into map 2 right now. I believe both stacks are ready. I would like to see, like you said, Aldo, I would like to see a leader put up their hands right now on the side of ATK. If they're going to make that adjustments, they need someone to step up. Someone has to analyze what the hell happened on map 1, and they need to they need to assess it and let their team know, and someone needs to just say something. And I think, I don't know who the IGL is on the side of ATK. I know when they were still Motion back in the day, it was the term IGL was non-existent to ATK or to the old Motion roster. They believed more in a 5-man shot calling tactic, if you will. And I'm hoping that they have charged someone with the role and responsibility of being the IGL, and I hope that that person steps up. I know that Vibes has done it plenty of times in the past. He's more than capable in that position, and I think if we see an adjustment, I think we can credit Vibes, and we can credit his kind of analysis of that round and how they adjust. But in saying that, VDROP were looking unstoppable.
Yeah, they were looking really good, and I think this next map being Oregon kind of plays into their strengths they had in the previous map on Chalet. So yeah, it's going to be difficult. I haven't got the ready yet from the teams. I think ATK would want to take a few minutes just to kind of talk over everything. Use this almost as a tactical break. Because they need that. They really do need that right now. They easily could have lost that map 7-1. I think VDROP were a little bit playing around in that first match point. But then they probably just decided, hey, let's just end this off and get to the second map. So, yeah, they are really going to need to work on it. I'm not really sure what they can do because now they are attacking first on Oregon. I'm not sure if that's better for them, worse for them.
That's not. Definitely not. We see Oregon being a more defender-sided map, and yes, it is a gunfight sort of situation. The problem with Oregon being that you cannot open up too many avenues to take said gunfights. And what you are, a lot of the time, you're constricted into bottlenecks, and that is usually why we see the defenders winning. That's why we see the likes of a Maestro being so influential. The ability to just hold down your trigger for a full 81 bullets at a single doorway makes it almost impossible for attackers to gain any sort of map advantage. And then we still haven't even factored in the Ella, which I know will get banned, but there are so many substitutes for that semi-auto shotgun, whether it be Thunderbird, whether it be Capcan. We saw that being used to great avail on the side of ATK, and the sausage is not something to be scoffed at. That thing can chew through an entire 5-man should they be going through the same door. And I will be very surprised if we don't see a semi-auto shotgun coming out on the likes of Oregon.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the map or the bans are going to go, if they're going to ban that Ella again. I think if you do want to play Ella on Oregon, you can play that Ella shoddy really well. So yeah, I'm just not sure. I do feel like there are more effective bans other than Ella. Especially on Oregon, but each team plays in a certain way and each team dislikes whatever they do. So I think the bans will play a big part, especially coming off of that previous map. So yeah, I don't know. Do you have any predictions for the bans?
I would like to see the Thatcher and Maverick being taken out, but I know that Jackal is going to be a pain in the side of ATK, and I can imagine that they would want to do something about that Jackal. That Jackal was so influential in just taking map control and clearing roamers, and not only that, allowing VDROP to isolate certain members even on site. And it was such a thorn in the side of ATK, and you saw him crumble. As soon as that man gets Jackal pinged, he panicked, he gets demolished by 3 different people that are holding an angle in his position, and it's instantly back in the favor of VDROP. So I can imagine the Jackal coming out. I won't be surprised if it comes out, and the Thatcher, again, it's a standard ban that you see almost every single map. But then it leans itself to allowing the Maverick to go unbanned. It also leans itself to the Ying. Ying being a prolific operator on Oregon. The ability to just, in basement for example, take bunker, take pillar with absolutely no hesitation just because you know that they cannot see you. Ying becomes such an influential operator that you also maybe have to start considering the Ying ban. And then things like the Ace target ban doesn't even come into the conversation, because why would you ban Ace when there are so many operators that are so effective at their jobs in this map. And then we haven't even gotten over to the defense. The defense, you're looking at Kaid, which again, that was a huge problem for ATK because they struggled to identify where the electricals were. And then we still haven't even talked about the mirror. And it feels like there are just so many good operators on Oregon, and you kind of have to pick your pick and kind of invest in the decision that you believe is most appropriate. I mean, that means Ella goes on the board. Goyo, we know how prolific shields are on this map. And as soon as shields are allowed, then you start to question whether the Jaeger ADSs and the Wamai discs will become a problem. And I'm going to stop myself because I'm starting to theorize a lot. But there is a lot of operators, and I think that the bans, especially on Oregon, it's huge on Oregon, it's huge on Clubhouse, and it's huge on Cafe. The bans dictate how the entire map plays out. And if ATK want to win this map, and they want to start clawing back and get that 2-1 in their own side, they need to identify the best and most efficient ban, and they need to abuse that as hard as they can. And I think, Aldo, we'll see who's going to win based off the bans.
Yeah, I think it's going to play a vital part. I don't know if it's just me, but from the first map, the two main things that I got from the ATK side was that their drone work wasn't as good as VDROP's. When VDROP attacked, you could instantly see, drones are in places, they are spotting people, they are jackal tracking, they have that intel of where people are, and that just helped them so much by getting that opening pick. I think every single round where there was an opening pick for the team, they won. I think except that one defense in basement. But it just shows that VDROP, it seems, just have better intel than ATK. And the other point is, it looked like ATK just tried to rely too much on their gun skill, and ironically, VDROP just brought that straight back at them, and in my opinion just had better gun skill in that game, landing their shots, doing what they're supposed to do to win the rounds. But yeah, I don't know, we'll have to see. I think it's going to be vital, this map, for ATK. They need to bring it back. They have no room for mistakes now. VDROP, on the other hand, they can be comfortable. They're just coming off of a 7-2 win. There's not a lot of pressure on them. You don't want to go to the third map, but at least there's not that pressure of like, oh wow, if we go behind now, it's over. So yeah, we're just waiting now for one player of ATK. He just left for some reason. I'll just quickly check on that. Okay, when he rejoins we can start. But yeah, I think we can talk as much as we want with the bans and the gameplay and what we think, but it's going to come down to how these teams adapt to what just happened. And I think it's going to be a lot easier job for VDROP to adjust than ATK at this point.
Yeah, you know what they say. You can study a car and how to drive for all you want, but as soon as you get into the car and you actually have to change the gears, it's a different system entirely. And like you said, Aldo, we can talk about the bans and we can talk about the theories and how things will go, but the proof's in the pudding. It comes down to ATK actually acting on the adjustments that I can imagine they've already spoken about. And we do see that the player has joined, so we will be starting soon. But yeah, it's going to come down to ATK's sort of actions and how they push their understanding of the map and their understanding of map 1. But yeah, we'll get into that. The ban phase is coming up now. This is for me. Whoever wins this ban phase wins the map. We see who's banning first. Who is the orange team? Sorry, console is terrible. We can't change the names of the teams. Very irritating. But yeah, VDROP will go first. We saw them ban the Ace first map. They will ban the Thatcher. Okay. So target bans on the side of the attackers is already off the board, and I like that. That immediately shows that VDROP are understanding of how crucial the bans are, and they're willing to take it a little bit more seriously. Make sure that certain influential operators are off the board. Jackal, Bingo, Boyo. Jackal being such a pain, and Kalen using it to such great effect. We saw so many pings isolating certain members and winning gunfights because of that. And that allows, guess what I'll do? Maverick, Ying. We're going to start to see a little bit of a fun contest should ATK decide to abuse certain operators on the side of VDROP. Ella banned off, and that immediately allows, guess what, the Kaid to come through. It also allows the infamous mirror. If you aren't aware, guys, mirror being such a good operator on basement.
Ah.
It doesn't matter. She's off the board, and we are going into a game with Kaid. We're going into a game with multiple semi-auto shotguns. Capcan is still on the board. Goyo is still on the board. There's still shields. There's still Jaeger ADSs. There's still Wamai magnets. There's so much util. But again, it depends if V-Drop lean into that style. We will see them on the defense first. They have elected to go upstairs, and I'll do. Capcan's already out.
This is yeah, I don't know. I feel like V-Drop have the advantage here from the ban phase. But I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. What's your analysis on the bans?
Personally, the team that kind of didn't use their ban effectively, I believe, lost the ban phase, and that comes down to that Ella ban. Yes, she's a menace, but it's fine. If Ella gets banned, you just pick another semi-auto shotgun, and it doesn't fix the problem. It only just mitigates it and moves it to the next operator. So I think ATK lost the ban phase, and I'm really hoping that I eat my words of whoever wins the ban phase wins the map, because that means, at least in my eyes, that V-Drop have already won this map. But again, like I said, I don't want that to be the case. Please tell me that I am wrong. ATK, please. I want to see it go to map 3. That is what we both came here for. It's what we expect. And yeah, simple stuff coming out here. I would have liked to see, and I see this in ATAC quite a bit, is that game's wall gets opened up, and you effectively shove a semi-auto shotgun inside of that game's wall, and you allow that person to just swing as much as they want onto the balcony there of main bedroom. But we won't see that. Is Capcan using a shotgun? He's not. Oh no. What?
I don't think we have one semi-auto shotgun.
No, that's not fun. That's not cool. Now we won't
see some toxic play.
Yeah, we want to see a one-man effort just walk around a corner and kill 3 people with absolutely 0 skill required. Because that's fun. That's cool. We won't see that. The top fragger of Jordan getting very aggressive. I don't like this, but I also like this. If it pays off, the Ash is going to have to rotate away from that window, and when she does, if Jordan is still here, she is not. Oh my god. Jordan.
This man has no chill.
What the hell? Jordan going untouched.
Oh wow, the wall's already
the wall is already open, and Smosh will just get the frag on the Sparrow, and that's your entry. Done and dusted. ATK, you are already halfway through the Selma, that's what it's called. Yeah. The Selma being taken out almost instantly by a C4. Yeah. Where's the shield placed, Aldo? I believe it's inside of... Oh no.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is, yeah, in pit. Okay. Cool. Yeah, this is a very cool shield if you look at his perspective. There we go. This is something that has been discovered recently. And you can essentially just hold a pixel, and it's an unfair gunfight. You're winning 9 times out of 10. I don't like that Capcan trap on the door of pit because it basically blows up the shield instantly. But it doesn't matter. ATK now kind of in that weird transition phase. They've got a man on top wide, which is going to prove very dangerous. He's moved down since then. It is the Finker of Vibes. Jordan getting a frag back on the side of V-Drop, and that's going to bring things down to a 4v4. Here we go. I believe... Oh no, Finker is going upstairs. There's now a Zoe who will just hang on to Jordan. Jordan, you need to be aware of what is happening around you. That is a very audible cue. As you are deleted from the server, we will see the likes of ATK. I think they're just going to push... Oh. I'll do.
Yeah, they can go.
That wall is not multiple. That wall is not multiple.
Yeah,
it's only a line of sight. And Kalen will pick up the frag. It's now a 3v3. Health is very much similar. There's no advantage right now. But where are ATK's members? We have a man playing on the trophy door. We have one, I believe, he's already in sight.
He's just chilling.
Gosh, get off the floor. You need to start swinging as the Zoe will get dropped. The other one's outside of the double, but there is a refrag. And shots will land, but it is in the favor of Clippies. And now you have Vibes who is repelling. It's too slow, Vibes. You're going to get isolated to jump. No, you're going to get shot through the wall. And that is round. I was going to say game. It's not game yet. We still have a few rounds to play, although, thankfully. But yeah, the defender-sided nature of Oregon showing face. And ATK will drop map 1 after getting the entry. and that is slightly concerning. It shows me that we'll see a little bit more of the tendencies that we saw from map 1, with VDROP just winning their one-on-one gunfights. But hopefully, I'm proven wrong. As I've said 20 times, I want to see it go to overtime.
Yeah, I can almost guarantee you that misuse, I guess, of the Selma charge on that breach was the end or the turning point of ATK there. You know, if that wall was vaultable, could have just vaulted in, get the plant down. They had the angles from White's, from Attic, from Trophy. You know, they could have covered a plant in the default plant spot, but the planter couldn't vault through the wall. So that just made them having to force through the default doors, which were smartly held by VDROP. So yeah, that's just another small little misplay from ATK, costing them the round yet again.
I'm questioning like you said, the positioning of ATK, and if we go into a little bit more detail on that, one man's outside double window, one man's on top white, and the other one is on the side of trophy. You immediately have a disconnect, and no refrags are coming out of Smosh. Yes, he did get a refrag, but that's because he found someone in a very odd position. Sorry. And yeah, you need to play with each other. That's the point of an execute. You're trying to play off refrags and trying to fix up where the small mistakes come through. And those mistakes were not fixed up. And yeah, I mean, that costed ATK. We will see now a very generic basement hold. There's no L position. I don't even think the defenders have brought a shield. Yeah, they haven't. And that means that holding is going to be all but a swinging fest, which, Aldo, you know we love to see that.
Yeah.
Two ADS is protecting the man on pillar. And yeah, it looks like ATK are playing right into that. They're going to be going through bunker. They know it's free. They've droned it out on the likes of Smosh. They know that the Capcan traps, like you said, we know how crucial that is. Don't go for the Capcan trap, Smosh. You're going to lose your life if you just shooting a Capcan trap. The first Capcan trap's already gone off, and is on the likes of the Nomad, who's already setting up flank watch upstairs. And his yellow pings are coming out. Mozzie knows that there's a man on that door. VDROP Jordan getting the frag onto
another one.
Nomad, a second frag, but it doesn't matter. ATK are instantly refragging, and that's very good to see. Smosh, the hard breacher, even getting his frag onto the Mozzie that was playing in pillar, and all of a sudden pillar control is in the arms of ATK, but they're not even advancing onto pillar. Instead, Smosh is the only man by himself. Fluffus is on drones, I understand that, but where are the members of ATK? Smosh is a one-man wrecking crew as he drops Sparrow, and it's now a 2v3 on site. Now, don't get me wrong, it's technically a 3v3. We know how influential the clock can be on the side of the defenders. But where are they? Why are they defending so far back? Clippies has got a nice angle, I will say that much, all the way through the site. But Sixy, you need to involve yourself. They're not pushing from the main side. You need to identify that. The man just swings in and gets the initial frag. Clippies down but not out. And should we see a res, we could see this back in a 2v2, but I don't think it'll be possible right now. It's just Sixy in a 1v2 pushing on site, and I'm assuming a plant will come down soon. It does go down, or it is going down. The Steeper will deny it.
Well played
the
there.
man runs out. The first frag coming out on the Ash. It's a down. It's a 1v1. The frag is not confirmed, but we will see the Capcan and the Ibana go head to head. That is him slipping on the floor. Hibbs taking the frag back for ATK, and that kind of, that was very messy on both sides.
That was a bit odd, you know. You saw Ace just having a good time on his own at in bunker and just getting kills, whilst Vigil were just ripping ATK apart above site, and just forced Ace. Damn, okay, we are 5-3 behind, but then he got those 2 frags back, took it to a 3v3, and from there they just tried to collapse on site and kind of just landed their shots, I guess. But also, poor Capcan didn't notice the rotate, and Clippy's going down, and with Clippy's down 1v2 just made it very difficult. Unfortunately that C4 didn't land. Very good play there from the player that had the diffuser to just hop off as quickly as he can to get out of the way. But yeah, it was a bit better from ATK, but they still looked a bit disjointed. They didn't look like they had a set attack. You don't usually see an ace just taking solo control of bunker and pillar, whilst the rest of the team is above. So yeah, it's a start. It's 1-1, and now I would love to see ATK kind of move on with this momentum if they can get any.
Yeah, I don't think what just happened can be replicated to a T, and it'll go in the favor of ATK again. I don't think that that's realistic. But I would like to see now, like you said, Aldo, I would like to see the clapback from ATK, and I would like to see it come in a more what is the word? I would like to see them come back in a more organized fashion, a more secure fashion, and Nitrocell being used to open up the rotate. Jordan, guess what, bro? You have impacts. It is the other secondary gadget that you can use as a Thunderbird. Why have you gone ahead and used your Nitrocell? And guess what? You also have a semi-automatic shotgun that you could have brought. And then it mitigates the Ella problem that you have by the ban posed by ATK. You can also then use it to make rotate. And then you can keep the C4 for later. I don't like that at all. I'm disgusted, Jordan. I'm going to roast you very openly. Bring impact if you want to use the assault rifle. Mech will take Jordan off, so he's instantly punished for his sins. That roam, I'm assuming, just getting punished. Yeah, he was there on the meeting double door. Yeah, Mech just making swift work of him, and that is your entire roam cleared.
Yeah, I think that's
like they're droning properly.
Yeah, I think that's the only roamer that they had. I think the 4 other players. No, there's only 3. Am I blind?
Oh no. VDRXP. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, Clippy's is playing bottom freezes. There's a refrag will come out. It's very late, but it is on an influential operator nonetheless. And that comes down to your hard breach doing solo frag work. And we spoke about how that won't work twice, and although it's not working again. And instantly, we will also see. Okay, Jaeger, what are you doing? You don't need to swing that. You're on the defense. You don't need to play aggressive. And we're seeing a 3v4. Pillar is still in the control of V-Drop, and if Kalen can read into the situation, he's being closed out 1 on tower stairs, and he will read into that play right now, and he still has the Zoe on the side of E-Box store. I'm worried about ATK's drone work. I say that because they haven't been droning. It's been just face checking. And Smosh, you're not even watching a flank drone, you're just watching Nomad. What? Drones, guys. They're so important. They're really, really, really important, especially when you use them effectively. We're starting to see utility being used somewhat effectively. One to burn the ADS. It is on your left. You saw that, Smosh. It is now a 3v4. They're pushing in aside. They have Pillar already. A man swings out, and there's no one with a refrag. It does happen, but in a timely manner, and Mecha just cleaning up shop. This is so odd, Aldo. It feels like there is just a weird delay of understanding, but it sometimes just works for the teams, and that's not a consistent method. We're talking like critically about their strategy and their procedure and how to execute said strategy, but in saying that, ATK have just strung together 2 rounds from what looked like nothing.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, same thing that happened on Chalet. I don't know if I'm just looking wrong, but the only droning they do is in the prep phase. Yeah. And then maybe occasionally just throwing a drone out to check something when they're actually in the round. Yeah, just like face checking everything, and I think they're just getting lucky at this point. I hate saying that, but yeah, I don't know. You on this level, you shouldn't be able to win rounds without any intel. I think V-Drop must be careful now, not losing their momentum that they gained from the previous map and losing it now and going a map down and taking it to 1-1.
I question if the Mozzie is doing anything right now for the defense. And I say that because maybe the reason why ATK are not droning is because their drones are being captured by Mozzies, and it turns ATK into a gunfight death squad at this point. And they're winning those gunfights, so I can't even talk poorly about them in terms of that department. They're wholly winning of gunfights. And Yeah, I don't know. We do see pre-placed drones coming out. Hopefully, when someone dies, they will be watching said drones. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like the multi-pick if it's not going to influence the round, because I'm all for people picking operators that are very useful to your current idea and strategy.
Why?
But yeah, we'll see if I eat my words.
Why don't they use a Kayid on this wall?
Because
Because
I'm trying to think for you.
Because they
There's
use the
no-
Kayid so well on Chalet. And I would just assume it's a bit easier, you know, to hold this wall. Or just for longer.
Yeah.
You know, because it's such a default play, just running with Ash, shooting a breaching charge, and taking out the battery. And now we're already seeing that wall being opened again. Hopefully both Salmers can go off this time. And it
both
does.
do, yeah. I'll do, yeah,
that's
that
early.
raises, yeah, it's useless and early.
No.
Kalen is gonna go unchecked,
Ooh.
and he just walks into bedroom, but he's gonna get spotted out very quickly, and there is a man on your door, and you're gonna get air jabbed, and you will swiftly be taken off the board as you get dropped.
Ooh, that's not, yeah, that's not
What is
looking good, yeah.
happening? V-drop falling apart at the seams, it would seem. As they're kind of just walking in, Mechhead pulling up another frag, and it's now a 5v2, looking at a flawless round, and this is looking a lot better, I'll do, from ATK. Structure is there, blanks are set up, and they're just swiftly taking map control. Clippy's getting a kill for his troubles, but he won't see the Nomad that's pushing up. Neither will he see the Maverick that's pushing up, and it's now a 4v1. Last man is inside of kids' dorms. The pre-fires come out. He will not connect. He will actually, in fact, connect with the Twitch outside of top white. He will soon be dealt with very quickly. And yeah, well done, ATK. That is what I like to see. ATK are starting to play with a lot more coordination, a lot more pre-planned ideas that they are executing. And I mean, I don't know if you saw crossfires being established there. There was a man, I believe it was CJ on the Ash, who was holding the games window, cuts the entire site in half. You have someone playing on the main breach, cuts the entire site in half. You have someone playing on trophy, also cuts the site in half. And with all those angles, you are bound to find picks, especially when you're playing that refrag game. And we saw at a certain point it was a 5v2 before ending at 4v1 in the side of ATK. Structure, ATK. It's working for you guys. Keep that up. That looked good.
Yeah, that was a bit better. It's just, yeah, I questioned some of V-Drop's play actually in that round. You know, I don't know. It's almost useless at this point putting bandit batteries at this main wall, because it's the most default thing, clearing that. I think even if you just use a Kayid to buy yourself 30 more seconds of time wastage, you know, that plays a big part, you know, it can only help you. But now that just gets open immediately. Ash repels up to the window, Ace just walks through the door, throws his Selmas, opens it up, and that's a massive angle and planting avenue for the attacking team. And now, again, we're not seeing anything. We're just now seeing a mute, which, again, I don't even know if it's going to be placed there. I wouldn't even place it there because it's pretty useless. Yeah, it's a bit odd. Like, I actually glanced over to the bans to just make sure Kayid isn't banned.
Yeah, look, it's very puzzling. But regardless, clearly V-Drop don't see the use of a Kayid. Yeah, like you said, I'll do. Just putting it in the top right of that wall, getting both walls 60, your position will most probably go unnoticed, and you should find a frag off of this. So I'm very keen to watch your career with great intent. Yeah, just putting a Kayid in the top right instantly alleviates, like you said, I'll do something up to 30 seconds. It's just so much time that can inevitably win you around. Plus, using the DMR on Twitch, and I'll do what I'm liking to see is there are 3 people on drones right now on ATK. Make that 2, make that 1. But there are drones on the side of ATK, and that's immensely better than what was happening a few rounds ago, let alone a map ago. Happy face coming up from Jordan. Still touching the shield that is
It's not being very happy currently, being down and taking going 5v4.
Oh no, and we start to see V-Drop start falling and crumbling again. But we know that they are capable of taking their round back. Vibes getting the double kill, the nade on the man on bunks. And now V-Drop are not in the position to do much. I say that, and Vibes will get knocked down. The nade was not pulled on the pin. He will not kill himself with the nade post down but not out. He will most probably get rezzed. He is outside. He is safe. Yeah,
I think he's getting rezzed.
V-Drop, this is looking very shaky from you guys. You don't have much map control, if any at all. You're all bunched up in the same room. One man in pit, and that pit man is going to get isolated right now as the wall gets opened up.
Ooh.
Good work there on the likes of the Ace.
Yeah.
Greg swinging around, getting the frag. It's a 5v2, basically a 4v2. The smoke gets swinged as well. It's a 4v1. 5v1 as the res comes out, and the frag is coming back on the side of 60. If he plays this correctly, he could find himself a beautiful 1v5 ace clutch, but he won't. Vibes will swiftly take him out, drop him through the long angle from double window through into kids. I don't think he knew he was there, but it doesn't matter. Frag coming out, and ATK are raising V-Drop. They saw what happened to them. It was 5-1 at the split, and they decided, you know what? No, it's fine. Attacking sidedness of Siege is really cool. In fact, it's cooler than the defender sidedness.
Pretty cool, Kanye.
Yeah, very cool, Kanye. And they will abuse that, and it's very interesting to see the game be so attacker sided. Yeah, and I have to question V-Drop's kind of positioning, their ability to just drop frags in the first bit. But like you said in the beginning of this map, Aldu, they can afford to lose this map. They have built up that buffer in map 1. But I can imagine V-Drop don't want to go to Villa. It's not necessary. If they can close it out here, they would most likely want to do that. They have brought the Qaeda as well, so that's a good start.
Yeah, it's again, I don't know. Don't want to talk about it too much, but yeah, they should have just brought that Qaeda at the top floor. I'm really confused as to why they don't. But hopefully, I think they need to win this round. If they go 5-1 behind, we're just looking at a repeat of the last map, but switched over in ATK's favor. Because now, yeah, it's almost like the roles just completely swapped from map 1 to 2. Now V-Drop, they are looking like they have no idea of how to hit a shot.
Aldu?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw how that rotate was made.
C4 again.
That's a C4 from the likes of Jordan again. Even though he could have brought impact nades again. Yeah, look, no, it's hurting the brain. I won't lie. I don't know why you don't bring a shotgun. You're allowed to bring a smoke, guys. The cool thing about smoke is that smoke allows you A, to have rotates, B, allows you to have a shield, and C, it allows you to slow down time. We saw the problem with the site being is that ATK were afforded too much time because they so easily took map control and just established their presence. I say that now, and Fluffus and CJ have already walked over the entire first floor as they're starting to push down site, but it doesn't really matter. It is a 5-man bunker hold on site. Speaking about bunker, Sparrow coming close, almost executing the likes of the Ace Smosh in bunker. But yeah, nothing happening for now. You can kind of see the attackers are trying to plot around the site. It'll be very interesting to see if this is going to be a standard bunker take, or if the likes of CJ right now is going to drop Freezik, picking himself up a pick on Jordan. And I mean, that will just spell despair for V-Drop if they are able to concede a body inside a freezer and almost have that entire side of the site taken away from them. Vibes are already working up at the hatch. Electricity will do nothing to the likes of that blowtorch, and Twitch drones are already coming out. Can you imagine that will get something important? The hatch is already open. The banner batteries are gone. Nothing is left as Smosh will swiftly open up that door. He's not going to. Smosh, open up the wall. That is your job. CJ getting ready for a drop, and if he drops right now, he might catch Jordan unawares. I believe they think that the entire push is coming from that side. CJ is halfway down freezer stairs, and I don't think anyone is on cams right now on the side of V-Drop.
No, he's still holding the hatch. We see now Jordan, he's going to have to play big here, and he doesn't. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
The 3v1. 3 frags have come out from the side of 60, but it's not enough. There's no intel on the side of V-Drop either. The plant is going down, and I don't think 60 is aware of it. Plant doesn't go down. Smosh will relocate to a safer position, one that is out of reach of a C4. And yeah, before 60 and the rest of V-Drop realize that they have lost the round. And it's a 5v1 on a defender-sided Oregon. I am a little bit flabbergasted, and I'm very happy that ATK have woken up, and yeah. It was a good showing, you know?
Yeah, I think I think this is definitely going to map 3, yeah. I don't see V-Drop pulling this one back. They are really just looking completely lost on this map. And to see that on defense is a bit worrying. I don't think they will... Yeah, I don't see them pulling this back on attack. And yeah, the operator picks are a bit strange, you know. In that site, I maybe would have said, you know, bring a Rooney. Just try and bring things that can maybe just slow them down. Because ATK, they are just running and getting site or map control so quickly, and it's making their jobs so easy. You know, they haven't been pressured by the clock once. They are so easily given access to important areas of the map that there's just no pressure, and constantly they are getting that opening pick. And here we see, thank you, bring the Rooney. Just something to make a rotate and just slow them down. That is something better. And please, I would love to see a semi-auto shotgun. You need some some shotguns right now. You need anything to give you an advantage here, because V-Drop, they are struggling. Especially just with their basic gun skills. They are just losing early frags. And that's why ATK is just mauling over them currently.
I already like to see from ATK is their operator lineup. It tells me that they are more prepared than the likes of V-Drop were on their deep. Well, exactly. With my Jaeger, you've brought 2 shields on the likes of Smosh on the Goyo, and you've brought the Thunderbird. We are yet to see her primary. I'm assuming she's using the SMG because the shotgun is not going to be useful up until close range. Never mind. The assault rifles come out on the side of Kyle of Vibes. I think it's more of a respect thing. You know, no one else has used shotgun against you, so why should you use it back to them? And I can understand that. Good on you.
They're 5-1 down. Don't kick them while they're down.
But yeah, we will see the assault rifle coming out from Vibes. You usually do see the shotgun because of how powerful it is, especially on a site like this. And I'll do another thing we didn't touch on is the Capcan. It was brought round 1, where I believe is where V-Drop won, and then they proceeded to just drop the Capcan for the rest of the rounds. And that doesn't make a lot of sense. Fluff is finding a very quick and early pick on Sparrow, and that's a swing on bunker door. That's not even an elusive roam or an off angle. That's just swinging the guy that's pushing the main double door. Oh, V-Drop. Guys, what is happening? You guys were in control. And it's... yeah.
Do they not have the denial? They actually don't. Yeah, they don't have wall denial. Interesting.
It's questionable. It is indeed questionable. V-Drop just kind of... They've already taken Pillar. Oh my word. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds left. It is a man disadvantage, but regardless, Pillar has been taken. Drones are starting to come out, and they're going to start assessing where their entry points are.
Yeah, I think
ADS is not going unchecked, and it is more util being destroyed for no reason. And here we go. The main walls, or the single wall, is going to be opened up, and now angles can start to be held throughout the site. Clippy's going for a massive pre-fire, netting no heads. But we will still see... Oh, Mekid dropping Slixie, and it's not with a headshot. In fact, it's a body shot. As the likes of V-Drop just keep falling down. IQ barely surviving with his life, and does not survive with his life at all. V-Drop, we're just losing bodies. Missed shots come out on the man on the shield, and it is a 2v5. They're going to try and compress this into a single doorway. Jordan trying to find the entry onto the Rooney and Freezer. He does win the gunfight, but he will not win the gunfight. The rat of Smosh. As Smosh is just tangling with them. They're going merry-go-round.
No way!
Smosh, how do you stay alive for that long? The AK-12 not being used. You still have 20 seconds. You have time to reload. You guys are pistol coming out. And he's finding Vibes, who's called unawares, but the frag will not come out. The reload finally coming through, but it's too late. It's 10 seconds. Will you have enough time? Vibes just rotating his heat stations. And you are You aren't looking at the man in freezer, are you? No, you are not. Meckhead will net the kill onto Clippies as we're in overtime already, I'll do. And it's only been 7 rounds.
Wow. Yeah, no, there we see just the operator lineup just made it so difficult for VDROP. Even though ATK had no wall denial, they were still denied crucial alleyways of attack. Like there where Clippies was in the 1v3, he was denied going down the hallway because of the Rooney gate. You know, it's something that's just, it's there and it can only help you. And it's just a utility where, you know, it doesn't rely on gun skill. It is just something there to annoy the attackers. And it's quite ironic that VDROP, they were just not landing their shots, but at the same time, they were also not bringing any utility to help them. And now we're just seeing ATK kind of just showing, you know, this is the difference when you actually bring a correct lineup. And thank you, CJ, you bringing the Kaid. Please place it on that wall.
Yeah, we can see that already. ATK are bringing the Thunderbird every round, which is an interesting pick. You usually see it because of the shotgun and also the healing stations, more so the shotgun. But yeah, she is an insane operator. Especially on console at least. And the reason I say that is because, I mean, let's be honest, the percentage headshot ratio is no. TJ, don't use your C4 to open up that wall. Please don't. Guys, why don't we just bring impact nades or a shotgun?
Actually, where's the Rooney? I would have picked Rooney over Valkyrie, to be honest.
But C4 rotates. Why? Oh lord. Okay. Well, whatever. Let's just pretend like it's a very normal thing. Like I was saying, Thunderbird a very good operator, especially on console where headshots aren't hit, so you are sponging body shots, and you are able to kind of recover from your gunfights. Very interesting position from Fluffus. We talked about his ability to frag, and he's now onto the Jaeger. But Aldu, he's playing completely off-site. He's playing inside of Armory. Oh, he's creeping down main side already. If he wallbangs Jordan, it'll be overs, but he does not connect enough shots. I believe one was connected, and he's enclosed himself in this box, and will be causing a lot of headaches on the side of VDROP unless they are able to drone this out. Be aware of his position and do something about it. CJ does something about Sparrow and Vibes.
No
oh
worries.
no! Oh no! Oh no! How do you miss those Vibes? You have been exposed. You are on stream, and that could have netted you a very easily kill. Meckhead netting a kill onto Jordan, who's been a very influential player on the side of VDROP, but now it's a 3v5. It does not look very possible for the likes of VDROP. And
Check
the
how much
Kaid
time
is
they wasted. And now he just has another one. Oh, he gets down. But check out the amount of time they wasted. There's only 1 minute and 20 seconds left, and the wall's not even open yet. They lost 2 bodies already. You know, this is what was lacking from VDROP. That kind of just that denial of like time for the attackers. Oh,
my
big
God,
pick there from
Kaylin.
Kaylin. That could be very important for VDROP here, taking to a 3-all.
This is where the collapse will start to push health advantage clearly on the side of, guess what, the team that has the Thunderbird. They're able to use those stim boxes and kind of get themselves up, and if it comes down to body shotted engagements, this is a very easy one on the drop on the side of ATK, but Sixy will even the odds in a sense. Sledge already inside. How did he just jump? He just jumped into main window, Aldu.
Yeah.
He jumped into main window, won the gunfight onto the Thunderbird, and he's going unchecked. He does know that the Goyo has rotated over. He knows where the Valkyrie is. He wins the gunfight. If he gets this next kill, it is a 4K on the side of him. There's no intel. You can see that everyone is watching the Goyo.
It's a double!
C4! And that might put ATK into map 3.
Oh, and it's 10 seconds.
Kaylin
this is
knows where he is. He knows where he is. The frag does come out. Kaylin pushing them on. The reverse sweep is still possible. Smosh. So close. So close, but so far. Wow. I'll do that.
What a CE4. I actually thought they were planting in default. I don't know why they moved behind bunk. I think it's because Sledge probably just gained control so easily there.
Sledge got a massive, excuse the pun, a window of opportunity as he jumps through the double window, frags onto the likes of the Thunderbird and then the Valkyrie swiftly after, and instantly has sight. I understand why the rotation came around, but stacking up to that degree just allows Smosh the clutch potential, and we almost saw it come to tuition, but it did not, unfortunately. Although we're seeing the Capcan. We're seeing the Capcan.
The vibes. Trying to...
Yeah.
trying to get back from that missed shots on the Sledge that actually won them pretty much that round. if Vibes just landed his shots from tower on Sledge,
that would have been that game. That would have been game already. But ATK are now back to the point of it's another round in match point. Although they can lose a few rounds and they can still come out victorious on this map because of that they've built. The operators are staying very much the same. Vibes just bringing that Capcan as opposed to the Valkyrie, I believe. Yes. Which I'm not a big fan of. You lack the intel and you rely more on a gadget that kind of stopped them from rushing and pushing aggressively, but I didn't see VDRO pushing aggressively outside of that window. And a Capcan trap on a window is not going to, or should not, do enough. So I'm very confused about this. I like it. I enjoy Capcan as an operator. I think he's very fun. He punishes stupid ranked players. But I don't see his purpose in this matchup. I feel that the Valkyrie was a lot more suited. And even we saw a Maestro being the original pick before it was obviously sick picked off for the Capcan. And that Maestro would have paid so much dividends. We spoke about it earlier that there's such little avenues that you can actually push. Are we going to see a rush? Rush. Oh,
yeah,
okay. I thought there was going to be a rush. So just going to swiftly take care of Mekid. The nade will come out. Yeah. And oh god, Mekid, your body has been sent across the room, and they know that the bunks are open, but it is no longer open. Sluffers will just quickly submount. The bomb squad is back in, and no progress has been made outside of a man being dropped.
Yeah, Kalen's not going to try and take out that. He's trying to take out a Capcan, but now he's going to try and take out the wall. Eventually gets it.
Awesome.
But will CJ just throw another one?
CJ
should.
I don't think he knows it's off because of the suppressor.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay. Awesome, guys. That is why you run the suppressor on IQ. Very, very small but change. Vibes coming out, dropping the Nomad. I pray that those air jabs have already been set up, because now it allows people like Vibes, and you can already see him, although he's running around, he doesn't care, he's up on laundry stairs already.
No!
What? No! We need to know! Okay, sorry.
It's Lonstroll!
Vibes will make himself to the top of a laundry stairs, and he's trying to pressure them from behind. Like I said, I don't think those air jabs were up. This is a dangerous game. This is a very dangerous game. Oh no!
Oh
no! Oh yes! Well done! Awesome. It's 3 pieces of util. But you got rid of the shield, and that is the Attic player unaware because the fire was stopping him from being able. But it doesn't matter. He will just throw a C4. He will not get punished for it. Kalen picking up the refrag on Fluffs, but it doesn't matter. The C4 has netted the planter, but the plant's got down,
good
and
angle.
The flags are coming out. Are we going to see a reverse sweep, Aldu?
I would love to maybe see it, but yeah, it's still a big ask.
2v1 as we get into this engagement. Kalen is down, and I think he can get the res. They're aware that he's on white. They're very much aware that he's on white, and he will get swiftly taken on. 6E, you are doing so much for your team right now. I don't know where they would be without you. Well done. Massive round from V-Drop, and they fall back another round. Slightly more rounds than ATK were able to do last map, and perhaps this sets up the base for a reverse sweep and OT and a retainment of the 2-0 victory that they so sought out to obtain. I would just have one adjustment, and that is Jordan. Stop dying. Stop dying so early. You've been the entry, I believe, 2 or 3 rounds in a row. I can't necessarily remember, but Jordan and Sparrow, I see you guys dying more often than not to really dumb situations and positioning. And it is almost up to the likes of 6E and Kalen to pull your team out of that pit because of your shortcomings. So I would say maybe play a little bit more cautious in the beginning. But again, that is my opinion. I don't know how it'll work. Please tell me we have impacts that will be used on that rotate. Please tell me we will not see a C4.
We have impacts. Make it.
Thank you. Thank
there
you.
We go.
Oh my. It takes so long, 9 rounds before an impact was used for a rotate.
They're actually not bringing the Aruni now.
What have they subbed the Aruni for? I believe it is... No, it wasn't Thunderbird. I believe it was the... It was the Thunderbird, Aldo.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, they did play everything else, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well...
Maybe I'm just too big of a fan of Aruni. I don't know.
Okay. No recoil.
Gates
kind of
that you can't go through. Pretty OP.
There hasn't been a strategy adjustment. The vaulting rotate is very questionable, seeing as you have a shield right behind it, and that all that means is that if you want to rotate, you're just jumping
yourself
over the line of sight that the shield negates and is trying to, in a sense, blind. I don't understand it. Maybe, I would understand it if you wanted to pull some really cheesy strats, you put a frostmat under that and you kind of just pray. We've seen a lot of that being done in casual by certain players.
Sorry,
but
I think they brought Kaid now, eh?
Kaid? Oh yes, they didn't have any wall denial.
Yeah.
You're right. Thank you, Aldo. Appreciate it. Gridlock going to work on the stairs, and I hope that she's not going detected right now. She's able to kind of walk down these stairs. The cracks are put up, and Mech is dealing with a very dangerous game right now. Right behind him, he has a can of fuel strapped to a shield that can get detonated at any time, and I believe from those main stairs you have a clear line of sight onto it. Although we are seeing the infamous freezer main push, because guess what? They've realized it's not worth it. Oh! Sparrow! Massive kill into Fluffus. You will find the head of that man. Make it.
You called it!
We knew it. That canister is just, it's visible from the man on main stairs.
Full freezer take, almost.
It's a freezer main ATK coming back, and he's just going to get rezzed back up to full HP with the likes of those Thunderbirds, or somewhat close to it, but it doesn't matter because headshots negate the health system in this game.
Good shot there.
V-Drop, what are you doing? You're taking the round back. It's a 4v1. It's up to the likes of CJ. He's in pillar, but he will just get isolated so quickly. And Aldo,
this is concerning.
Reverse sweep might be on the horizon. V-Drop, well done. You are adjusting. You are identifying the problem. You are identifying that ATK's a lack of adaptability during the rounds can cost them, and you've punished them for that. Huge. Whoever made that call, I imagine it was Clippies. I believe he is sitting in the IGL seat. Huge call to just switch it up. Huge call to kind of just look at the situation and go, look, they've got 2 Kaid claws on the wall. We don't bring a Maverick religiously, so why not opt out of that and try a more gun-heavy approach and swing the gunfights in your own favor. Play it to your own tempo. Don't let the aggressive or roam or unstructured plays, if you will, of ATK stop you and halt you. Instead, they just walk through. We saw a beautiful flick from Sparrow onto the likes of Fluffus of the Jaeger. That's summing up V-Drop right now. That they're able to control their gunfights, but they don't have much room to breathe in the controlling of these gunfights. They're on match point, and they have been for the last 3 rounds, but they've been coping with it almost in an unfazed manner.
Yeah, I think they've just been doing the basics right. Droning out, just going back to doing what they know, and kind of just getting those kills, going back to having good gun skill. It's like they just flipped a switch going on attack for some reason, and I am kind of shocked that 10 rounds are gone, and 9 out of those 10 rounds were won on attack. On Oregon. That is... you don't really see that ever. Yeah.
Please don't tell me we're going to be seeing a C4 to open up that wall. I don't see any impacts. I know Frost has a shotgun. Thank you. Thank you. I was worried that time restraints would have forced the C4 to come out. We vibes. Oh my god, the HP of Slissy getting swiftly dealt with, and Mechhead dropping Jordan. I talked about the early death of that Nomad, of Jordan, and it's come again. You can't have that, and there's no refrag behind it. They don't know where these shots are coming from. Vibes is allowed to just chill inside of a small tower. He has not gone droned. Claymore will come out, but that doesn't do anything. You haven't stopped the issue. And we see now. We see a player at the bottom of
impact. You know, if you just put a Claymore there and leave though, you know, he's just wasting time at this point. Hopefully the Ash can.
Oh my, Kyle! Vibes will take a frag. Will he find another one? No, he potatoes onto the head of Sixy, who didn't even need a few body shots to drop him. But it doesn't really matter. ATK have kind of done the dirty work already. They've taken away your flank. They've taken away your entry player. And Aldu, did I not talk about Jordan and Sparrow losing their lives early for no reason whatsoever? And it's a repeat. History tends to repeat itself, and we're seeing that very evidently now. What we are also seeing right now is the lack of teamwork on the side of VDROP. They've got two players coming on the trophy side, and they've got another player outside of the double window. I don't know what this is going to be aimed at. No, there's no shield there, my man. It's too deep. It's been moved back by the likes of ATK.
Did he use a Selma charge to burn utility?
We have smoke grenades. Why would you...
Just open up the wall on your right. Just get the players out of attic. There are two players playing there, and it's opening up that wall just creates an easy avenue to take them out.
The wall has been opened, so that is a good step in the right direction for the likes of VDROP. But that shield is still there.
Those players are there. You can't go through that wall.
And the ADS will catch it, but it doesn't matter. The firewall, the firewall deals damage. Make it having a bit of a PTSD from the last round of those Goyo canisters. And Sixy is on no HP. He does not make it to the end. As I think Mechhead has caught him out on the last possible second. Oh, it's a Frostmat, Aldu. It's a Frostmat on default. The frags are coming out, and one Frostmat could have very easily taken away any sort of chance that VDROP have. The swing is going to come out. I don't think it'll impact the kill. It's a 1v1 with 1 second left, but he's off site, and Sixy, unfortunately, you're left in a 1v5 position. You got the other 4 kills. It was going to be an ace clutch. You don't get the ace.
That is unfortunate.
I don't want to be that guy, but a certain 2 players have costed VDROP very harshly in the comeback. And Sixy he's done bits for his team, but Siege isn't a one-man game. It's a team game.
Yeah, that was he did everything in his power to bring that game back. If he had 10 more seconds, he could have gotten that last kill and gotten an ace in that last round. All being on like 1 HP. Actually, he did everything in his power to try and bring that back. But yeah, those early frags that ATK kept on getting on Sparrow, Sparrow and who was it? Jordan, just costed them so much. And you can only do so much when you're a man or 2 down and you're in attack as well. So it's hopefully they can sort it out. But good effort from VDROP trying to bring that back. But unfortunately, their start was just too bad and they were just too far behind. But at least they can take maybe some confidence to the last map, taking those few rounds. But yeah, we're off to Villa.
Speaking about off to Villa, we are also off to a very smooth transition as we talk about our humble sponsors, 32GI. 32GI is great for any sort of energy sort of needs. Have you ever kind of felt a little bit down and out? Your game isn't really on, you're not hitting the shots correctly, you've got studying to do, and you're kind of feeling down and out, you're lying in bed, you're a little bit, lazy. Well, don't worry, 32GI have come through with the good stuff. They're sponsoring this tournament and many more Siege-orientated tournaments, and we really do thank them for their support. Please, guys, check them out. I'm sure there will be a link below, and if it is not below, Please follow them on Twitter. They are posting very regularly. They've got the memes. They've got the I don't know. They've got the mentions. Please give them a follow. Thank you again, 32GI, for sponsoring this, and thank you, Raving Mad, for allowing myself and my beautiful co-host Aldu. Are we on screen right now? The two of us.
Yes, we are.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. Myself, my beautiful co-host Aldu. Raving Mad allows us to do this, allows us to cast, allows us to project our voices onto you guys, the audience, and allows us to kind of view this high level of Siege. Hopefully we will see something a little bit better on the side of VDROP. We were seeing that come to tuition through those rounds, and I was very surprised to see how many rounds VDROP actually managed to take while on the back foot.
Yeah, I must say, they must have had one massive team talk before this map, because they just came out a complete different team. And it's quite strange, you know, both maps were attacker favored. I wonder actually how many rounds in total in these two maps a defensive round was won.
Three rounds were to the defensive side, yes.
Yeah.
Everything else was on the side of the attackers, which is very concerning, because that comes down to a strategy fault, and it comes down to you losing gunfights as a result of that. So that's not good. You should probably sort that out, VDROP. And the same goes for you, ATK. But we've been bashing ATK, I think, the whole of the first map, and then even sometime during the second map, but they came out swinging. My word.
Yeah, I think the bashing must go towards VDROP now. You know, they even though they had that little spell of trying to come back, it just never really looked possible. You know, ATK, they had such a big buffer being 6-1 up. You know, you very, very rarely see that ever being turned around. So, yeah, ATK just came out a completely different team, and they just had this confidence out of nowhere. And it just got swapped around from map 1 to 2, where ATK just seemed like they had the better gun skill, and VDROP were just struggling to get those picks, especially the opening picks, with Jordan and Sparrow struggling and losing their lives early a lot of the time, and just putting their team under pressure. But now we go into Villa, you know. I don't know, I always view Villa as a defender-sided map, but seeing the two maps now, I don't know. It only leans towards being more attacker favored again. And I'm actually not sure who's attacking or defending first for Villa, but you know, at this stage, it can play a big role who's attacking first.
I believe ATK will be defending Villa first. Now, theoretically, that tells me that ATK have got the upper hand. But if we're looking at momentum, if we're looking at the trend that this game has been for the last two maps, I'm starting to tilt my head onto the side of VDROP, which is weird. It's very weird. You know, I'm a very stats heavy person. I believe in the numbers, but for some odd reason the numbers aren't showing.
Yeah. I hope. Wait, actually, now that I realize, what's his name? I keep on forgetting it. The one that dropped 16.
Oh, 60.
Yeah. He's not in the lobby. I hope he comes back.
I hope he hasn't been subbed. That would be terrible.
Yeah.
He also could be so angry at his team for putting them on his back and the team not following suit, which again, would hate for that to be the case, as he is almost instrumental in VDROP's spark. He's their X factor. He's the player that is able to turn a 3v2 into a 2v1 and kind of push them back into, or the odds back into their favor and play those numbers. So it would be a shame to see 60 leave so early, especially after such a massive shift on Oregon. We can imagine now it's going to go over slightly less to guns because of how Villa inherently plays, but like we've said earlier, Aldu, this isn't a normal game. This isn't a game that just follows statistics. So maybe it turns into a frag fest. Maybe the shotguns start coming out. That'll be amazing. Apparently, I've just gotten word, and I think Aldu, you've seen it too.
Wait, yeah.
60 has to Sixy has to go fill up his generator, which ran out of fuel. We live in an awesome country where ESCOM doesn't do its job, and where you would have to make use of your own private electricity making boxes, and we call those generators, and that's currently being filled up on the side of Sixy. I also do believe that VDROP have chosen to attack first. Which is what we said anyway, so it doesn't really change any of our predictions. So Orange team will start off on attack. It's the likes of VDROP. Like I was saying earlier, sorry, I lost my train of thought when I saw the message from the captains. It's gonna be a close one, and I'm glad that we had such a closer game. I know it didn't feel like it, but towards the end of Oregon, it felt like a very close game. It almost felt like any team could win because of that X factor that Sixy was able to bring time and time again. We will be moving into Villa shortly. We're just waiting for Sixy. Again, statistics should be defender sided, so ATK should win. The way that things are going, VDROP should win because they've got the momentum and they've got the attacking side first. So I'm slightly confused, I'll do, with the numbers and such.
Yeah, I think according to what we learned from these two maps, and especially I think that little burst of energy from VDROP side in the second map might just help them and might just carry them over the line for Villa because of them being on attack, and what we've seen in the past two maps that if you start attack, you are just in the driving seat from the get-go. But it's also the third map, so both teams would know now where they made mistakes. We saw ATK lose 7-2 on map 1, and they just came out, just completely fixed all their issues, and was it 7-4? Could have 7-1 them.
Cool.
But it was a 7-4, and you could see they just learned from their mistakes and moved on from it. Now, will we see the same from VDROP? Are we going to see both teams are learning from each other, and we are going to see a banger of a match going overtime OT 8-7 to the winning team? I think that might happen. I think this is going to be a closer game compared to the past two maps, where it was pretty one-sided. Also think because this is the third map, the deciding map, PaYS will also be a little bit more on the safer side. We saw VDROP and ATK actually doing a few strange things and being very aggressive and questionable decisions here and there. But I think now third map, both teams learned as much as they could. Both captains will try and fix all the issues that they have, and I think we'll just see a better, more structured final map, I hope, because both Oregon and Chalet was actually quite chaotic at times. And I think now Villa being, you usually see in Pro League, it's very, defenders. Yeah, it's very strat heavy for defenders. So, but again, these two teams, it almost doesn't seem like they like that style of play. So, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. But I think the teams are ready now. I must just actually make sure that the settings are right. Let me just quickly make sure.
We're still waiting for Sparrow to ready up, then we will get going. I think map 1 and 2, we spoke about it beforehand, they're gunfight maps. And maybe that's why the attacks were so prolific on both sides, is because I think both these teams lean into that gunfight aspect. You can't do that on Villa unless these guys decide to just go completely off the rails and we see an absolute abundance of strategy. But you can't win Villa on gunfights. You need to bring some or other flair of thought, of planning, because Villa tends to sit you on the rails. Thanks for your ticket. We're doing this train run together, and there's no getting off of that. But like I said, after seeing map 1 and 2, I won't be surprised if we just see another barn burner of radical swinging gunfights, flicks, just absolute mayhem with the sticks, if you will.
And actually, coming back to the start of the second map, ATK did prove you wrong, Jared. They did not lose the ban phase. So,
yes.
It's going to be interesting, Are we going to see a third Elo ban? You know, are we going to see Jackal being banned again? I think Jackal will definitely be banned on Villa. I'll be surprised if that makes it through. And you know, who else are we going to see getting banned? You know, what operators were played well in the last map? Are they going to be targeted bans? Are they just going to be set bans? You know, it's going to be interesting. But there's only one way we can find out, isn't there? And that is us diving in to the last map, being Villa.
Yeah, and I would be very surprised if ATK stuck the Ella ban for map 3, because even with Ella being off the board, we haven't seen VDROP pick up a single semi-auto shotgun in response. They haven't tried to sub the Ella out. In fact, they've just negated it entirely, and I don't think that the Ella is part of their strategy comes to the defense. If it was so inaugural, just bring a Thunderbird shotgun, bring a Capcan shotgun, bring any semi-auto shotgun, bring a pulse shotgun for all you want. You know, emulate the great Waza, who's been tearing the servers apart recently with an M1014. But yeah, hopefully ATK, you've heard me. Your bans will be a little bit more smarter, intelligent. Bans might come out. We do see the Jackal. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I think that one's pretty much set for Villa. You know, you do not want roamers. Oh, ace. Well, okay.
Oh.
Interesting. Thatcher's on the board. I guess you can get away with it. It's not ideal. You know, this being a strat heavy map, Thatcher being on the board is a bit of a headache. Goyo, yeah. No, Jared, I think this is going to be very frag heavy. I think we're going to see another attacking favored map.
Immediately, the bans are emulating that of Chalet. Yes, the Jackal is different because, you know, you've allowed the Thatcher, but I think, personally, I think the Jackal is a lot more important on a map like Villa. Why are you banning Ella, ATK? You know what? I'm not going to question it because I was wrong about the last ban phase, and I'm probably going to be wrong about this one, but you don't need to ban the Ella if they're not going to use shotguns full stop. If it was such a need, they would have reverted to another operator. But like I was saying about the Jackal, I think the Jackal is so important in a map like this because Jackal, Villa is a huge map. If you didn't know, I believe it is the biggest map right now in Siege. And if you have a map like that, how are you going to traverse the entire map with a press of a button, of course? That's why Jackal exists. V-Drop, why are you bringing a Thatcher and a Cali? I don't understand at all, quite frankly. Very peculiar operators on the side of V-Drop. ATK, you know, doing something a little bit more conventional. They are going up to second floor. They brought a castle on second floor, which is very confusing. But I believe the castle barricades will be used. Oh, sorry, no, we're doing trophy statue. Okay, a trophy statue is a little bit more castle friendly. Okay, sorry, read the site wrong there. Castle allows you, if we will see this, I hope so. We see the main wall being essentially opened up and used as a rotate. We see a castle barricade being put onto one of the arch windows, or the castle system can be used inside of bathroom, and that allows players to do heavy rotates. The rotate in the main wall is not coming out. We already see Mekid getting rid of those rumors. It will be very interesting to see where these castle barricades are placed. I imagine one's going to go onto the window, Astro window. Already Mekid doing that for me, and I don't know. Castle is such a weird operator. He hinders a lot of your movement if done incorrectly. He is overpowered if done correctly. No. What are you doing? What are you doing, Mekid? Oh my, no. Oh.
Okay, he just got overpowered.
Yeah, he's more of a hindrance to his team now. Although what you are seeing right now is ATK saying, you know what? Take the map. I don't care. You can take bedroom. You can feel safe while taking it as well. And that is a shame. And what's worse is that CJ is using
there with a rocket.
Or just anything, just leave it open, just so you can at least compete the people jumping into bedroom. CJ bringing impacts, which is unfortunate. I would have liked to see nitros, because if you're using this castle barricade setup, maybe playing 2 people below with nitros is a plan. But I mean, you can already see everyone's on site. There's no nitros. No nitros are coming out.
Yeah, I don't know about this. They're just gonna get free angles now. It's pretty much just free real estate at this point.
Oh, that's worrying. Okay, well, regardless, and I believe someone's already on the Astro Repel. I don't know if that is the... There's not even a Nomad on the side of the attackers, which is very concerning. Oh my god!
He got it.
Bluffist!
Ooh, he only has one left. This is gonna have to count.
What is...
Just,
V-drop? What is the problem? Why don't you just
Kenny.
use two thatchers? No, but use two thatchers on that wall. The first one does come out. The bandit tricking is coming through. It doesn't matter. The wall's getting... It's moved onto the other wall. And it'll... Oh, he's just bandit tricked the wall.
Oh, shit!
Oh,
Klappies, he was having it. He wasn't having it. He just ran in.
The rush coming through, and it will get the refrag onto the bandit. But side is already lost. They had an opportunity to kind of flood the side, and they don't take that opportunity. And very swiftly... They're just dropping at the seams. V-drop, what is happening? You've lost 3 bodies already in the space of how many seconds? Sparrow at least making work of vibes as he walks into Astro very hesitantly. If he's getting picked up on the likes of 60, it's a 2v3 right now. Where do you go from here? You've lost all of your thermite charges. Your thermite itself has been taken off, as well as your Cali. It just... I don't know. V-drop are very much falling apart on a simple procedure, Aldu. You throw down a Thatcher EMP. After the EMP goes off, you throw another one to stop the second Kaid Claw, and that is any sort of risk that Kaid may bring. It gets rid of it. Very good refrag. 60, that is... I don't... He'll hold the angle, but he won't swing. He's not close enough to the door. 14 seconds in, so it doesn't matter.
This could be problematic. CJ's gonna have to go big.
Just a 1v1, he will get picked up with 10 seconds remaining.
Oh, wow. They
friendly teabags. The friendly teabags coming out from Sparrow. No toxicity in this game, please, mister. V-drop, you should not have won that round at all. Not at all, not in the slightest. Your entire hard breach was terminated twice over. You made so many mistakes by not throwing Thatcher EMP. Why, Aldo?
Yeah.
By Caliing the wall before throwing the Thatcher nade, you take off the bandit batteries, which allows the bandit to use the extra bandit battery that he has to bandit trick. If bandit batteries are on the wall, disabled, you can't bandit trick with your active battery. So by taking them off the wall, you allow for bandit tricking to happen.
Yeah, it was a bit shocking that they had a Cali and a Thatcher and couldn't open up a wall consisting of three like reinforcements.
Panels. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit... how they won that is actually... yeah, that's...
They won that. It's how they've been winning the other rounds in this entire series. They've been winning on gunfights. We saw the refrag ability of 60. My word! You just your friend dies in front of you and you're able to swing the next person. You get shot a few times, you're able to swing the next person, and then all you have to do is just run into the open, get killed, and then your friend plays the refrag. That is insane teamwork between Sparrow and 60. I don't think we talk about the refrag game that these teams play enough, because I think it's very impressive. What is not impressive, however, is the strategy and the awareness, and that is really costing teams rounds. I don't want to bash, and I'll stop after this comment, I promise, I really do. But why are you playing castle barricades and allowing them to take... Oh no, take bedroom. Yeah, it's just you're giving them free map control. And even if you know that you're not going to hold it, just stand by the doorway, shoot a few drones so that they're concerned to drop, to take the map or something, I don't know. And Mekhead will just take 60's life, and that is a huge frag. Oh, make that a double frag, as Mekhead's just going huge on this roam. He's on 1 HP, but it doesn't matter, he's taken off 2 guns. And it is the Nomad of Kalen, he does not find the shots. In fact, only 1 bullet will be found onto Klippies, but the damage is already done. No, it is not your Thatcher, no, it is not your Thermite, but your Nomad, your flank. And on a map like this where you need flank watch, that is huge. the Ash still being available, so entries are still possible, yes, but your clutch potential in 6C has also been taken off the board. And this is where the pressure will start to get to V-Drop. Unless they can find a refrag very quickly and put things back on a 3v3 count, this does not look very positive for the likes of the attacking side.
They can shoot him through this wall.
I guess that it's very unlikely that someone would be sitting inside of Bicycle.
Yeah.
But Fluffus will most probably go unmonitored, and he could be, he could pull something out of the hat there. I speak about something out of the hat, and Vibes is returning from what could have been an immense roam clear, as we know that the Nomad is off the board. So that will have no avail, unfortunately. But as you can see, ATK wasting time. A minute left on a map like this, and they're just going to pick up the first frag. And guess what I'll do? It's a man who has been unchecked. It is the Wamai of Fluffus in Bicycle. And Jordan, I think Jordan may be getting dinner or something. I don't know. Clippies is on a one-man mission, should I say. It's now basically a 1v3 Jordan, it's a comp game. What are you doing?
Nah, he's just chilling.
Warden should be able to find this gunfight very easily. His man's on 20 HP. You won't get kicked for inactivity. As the first EMP goes out, there's a man in prone. I don't think Clippies is going to be aware of that should he push into that room. And 18 seconds older. Time has been ticking by the wayside.
Oh, shit. That's not good.
Oh, you almost said a curse word there. That would not have been very professional of you. And Clippies drops instantly. I imagine that was a lag spike of some sort, or I don't know, ESCOM doing its bits. But we are unfortunately now in a 4v5. I know we will pause the timer. Yeah, that's unfortunate, Alder.
Yeah, that's a bit odd. I'm not really sure what happened there, because he seems like he attempted to not get kicked by going from crouch to just standing up, but yeah, I don't know exactly what happened there. That was a bit odd.
I can imagine it must have been some or other ping-related issue. Yes, I have just gotten a message now from the likes of Clippies. His internet has costed him. He will be back shortly. I'm not too sure right now. Can the beautiful people see me, or are we still looking at the game? Side?
No, we still looking at the game.
Well, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, look, I've got to hand it to ATK. Yes, it is a defender-sided map, and I can see the rounds starting to be more defender-sided, unless these radical plays obviously come out where people just swing and get a kill. But it is already looking defender-sided, and that strategy that I was talking about, that procedure that you have to follow, it's already taking effect. We've already seen the likes of V-Drop not being able to crack that code, and the safe of ATK will remain closed in that round as they very comfortably deny V-Drop access. And more importantly to note, the castle was not a thing in that round, and it made ATK's job of rotations and ability to hold rooms and ability to play refrags off of each other over long angles, it made it a lot easier for them. And I think that's very important. They won't listen to me, however, as you can already see. Mekhed is back on the man with the Jordans. Castle coming back into play. Jordan also coming back onto play as we are ready to resume this contest. Map 3, we saw 7-1 on Chalet, we saw a 7-4 on Oregon, and we're already seeing a 1-1 again. It should be defender-sided, but things can change. CJ opting for the Valkyrie, opting for more intel. I would assume that we would be seeing a bulletproof camera on Castle and a Rooney. I imagine they've just decided to opt for barbed, and thus the Valkyrie would be a nice option to gather more intel on the side of ATK. And yeah, nothing confusing about the V-Drop lineup. Let's just pray that the V-Drop guys do not drop bodies so early. It's been a recurring theme. Mekhed doing absolute monster numbers on that Mozzie roam. Wow. 2 frags, you got the Nomad off the board, and you got the best player on V-Drop right now, and that's massive. And if Mech can keep doing that, I think it'll spell disaster for the likes of V-Drop. What is disaster for the likes of ATK at least is that ATK is that castle setup. Oh no! Why? Why is this thing? Have I missed like the meta shift or something?
Yeah, I'm not really too sure. I do think that those castles can really be placed a little bit better, but hey, you know, I don't play comp.
You don't know a thing. What? Yeah, no, come on.
But yeah, it's a bit odd. I think them losing that round in such a strange fashion, I would probably recommend them doing some sort of change, you know. But we're seeing the same strategy coming out. We are not seeing a Kaid this time. I think it got swapped out for Legion. No, but Capcan's also gone. So yeah, there's a
Capcan was for the Legion and the Kaid was for the Valkyrie. So those are the 2 adjustments we've seen.
Oh, they
right
C4
now.
at the bottom? No.
I'll do. Just go onto Astro window quickly. If you can. Everyone. No, on the outside perspective.
Oh.
Outside perspective. Guys, if you are playing comp or any sort of siege at a high level, please break the glass before you put a castle barricade there, because the glass masks the sound of 6E being on this rappel. And that is why Vibes is unaware that there's someone that could be opening up the window on his left. That is why no one is ready to act, and that is why Fluffus is in the middle of a line of sight that window can hold on to him, and if he's caught unawares, he's going to be instantly fragged out, and that can spell absolute disaster. I think 6E is going to very easily and swiftly drop that Legion in the split. But we will see. Right now, we're just playing the games. Impact nades will be coming out on the side of Fluffy as he just moves further back. The thing is being put on the... Oh, no, no, no. Oh, thank God. Okay. Clippies will keep the exothermic charge. No, it has been tricked off by the C4. Clippies has 1 left. Impact nades on the side of Fluffus are still there. What I would like to see is Jordan to open up the soft wall. Will it net a kill? It will not. It will not even net it down.
Oh, no.
As the frags still come out. The wall has been denied, and that is massive from Fluffus. Fluffus really destroying any chances of V-Drop doing anything in terms of walls. I mean, he's been playing the Kaid the entire series. He's been Kaid tricking. He's been impact tricking. Fluffus has single-handedly been a huge thorn in the side of V-Drop. Mechhead being an even greater thorn as he's on a rampage right now. 2 kills for the likes of him. And the Ump, a weak weapon in the hands of many, but not in the hands of Mechhead as he finds his 3rd kill. And he'll be creeping up to find Jordan whittled down to... what, 75 HP inside of Closet. He's not in a good position right now, and I think he's aware of that. He's just playing his KD and just sitting back and waiting for the aggression as he slowly peeks into bathroom. Will the Ump find him? The Ump will not. It will find him. It's a flawless round. It's a 4K for Mechhead. Easily putting a 2-1, and that's what we like to see. A defender-sided Villa. No hassles on that one.
Yeah, it's a bit... I think we're seeing more... just normal siege, I guess, where teams are just looking a little bit more comfortable on defense. Yeah, but at the same time, you know, V-Drop, they are struggling with that wall. 2 rounds, and they just could not get it open. I don't know if it's just V-Drop not doing it correctly, or ATK just playing it very well. You know, ATK did play well there with the C4 and the impacts, and the tricking, but yeah, I don't know. It's like you can do better.
I think it's definitely the prior over the latter, and I say that because there are so many workarounds to an impact trick coming over that wall. Clippy was very much aware of the fact because he kept on crouching whenever he tried to put his breach charge down. If you use the sledge to get rid of the soft wall that is exposed to you, so you get rid of the soft wall so that only the metal is exposed. You then put a thermite charge inside that hole that you've made, that hole of soft wall. What it does is it absorbs the impact and doesn't destroy the exothermic charge. Now, whether V-Drop know this, I doubt, but I mean, that's such an easy workaround. And we saw the sledge being brought. We saw the thermite being brought. We saw Clippy's doing the crouch, so he's aware of somewhat the interaction of that ability, or he was just doing it for fun. I can't really tell you. But yeah, there's a lack of knowledge to work around these mini games. And right now, ATK's ability to win these mini games, to constantly deny the hard breacher their access into sight, that's huge. It's instrumental, and it's going to win ATK this series if it continues. And in saying that, I know Fluffus hasn't been the highest on the scoreboard, but I would honestly think about attributing man of the match kind of status to Fluffus purely because of his wall denial.
Yeah, and I think, V-Drop, they just need to kind of regain their confidence like they did halfway through the Oregon game. I think they again just losing that edge that they have over ATK, and they must just be careful. And there we see Jordan dropping again. Yeah, they must just not lose their Smosh, no!
Jalen getting dropped, and that's the Nomad again being taken off the board. That's the usual suspect of entries, Jordan being taken off the board. Yes, Clippies will most probably get this wall open. No, he won't, because there's an Electroclaw. Where's the second EMP? It's too late! Sparrow! V-Drop. Do you guys understand how Siege works and how mini games work? Smosh will get injured, but it doesn't matter. He's back up on his feet. The wall will get open, and Vibes is very much isolated behind this bar. He gets killed because his arm is most probably exposed. It is now a 3v4. Plant's going down.
C4.
Oh no, and Clippies will be sent to the heavens as he is blown out of existence. Smosh getting the frag onto Sparrow, and it's only the Lone Ranger of 60. The man has been single-handedly pulling his team out from the depths as he gets the first kill. It's a 3v1. We know what he is capable of. We know he has 150 bullets to pre-fire every angle. The prone angle of Smosh will come into tuition as he just takes the head off of 60. He's on 20 HP, but it doesn't really matter. He hits the head first. And then there's another round in the favor of ATK. It's a 3-1, and yes, it is a defender-sided map, Aldu, but these are silly rounds being thrown to the wayside by that of V-Drop, and it's simple things. Sparrow, you play Thatcher, you are aware that there's a Kaid on the board. Your team has not banned Kaid. You've chosen to do the Goyo instead, but yet you consistently don't play Thatcher correctly. Jordan, you are getting entried on so often, and it's either because you don't have intel or you're losing your gunfights. So both reasons, why are you on entry then? Thankfully, we do see the likes of Jordan being subbed onto the support, onto the thermite, and same with Clippies. He's taking over that Thatcher. Hopefully they've read into that and they've understood where their weaknesses are, and maybe that adaptation is coming through. Maybe that's why we're seeing these operators. I'd like to think that that's the case. Because if you drop, you can't keep doing that. You are going to throw away your one map lead that you started with to a bunch of gunners who are just very happy to swing and shoot you in the head. And yeah, that's not fun. That's never fun.
Yeah, Jared, I don't know. I think I'm gonna make a prediction here, and I'm gonna say if V-Drop can't even out the halftime score 3-all, I think they're losing. And at this rate, they should actually just not bring Thatcher anymore, because clearly it's just wasting their time. Like, they are trying so hard to open up these walls and wasting so much time, and then they are just left with an operator that did nothing. Has a, okay, I wouldn't say he has a average gun, but like, you can bring someone at this point that's just better, and it will just bring more to the team. And what's happening now is what happened in Oregon. ATK, they are building momentum now, and V-Drop,
Oh no, guys!
No. Yeah.
And that's with that board. I know we said it was useless, but that was we weren't being legitimate about it. You didn't have to take him off the board.
You didn't have to take his life. More like just pick another operator.
5v4 with only 40 seconds have been passed, and V-Drop are already on the back foot. I would be happy if they take just one additional round. If it ends up being a 4-2 split, I completely understand that. Please, 6C, you need to get rid of the man that is simply walking around, and guess what, I'll do, there's no drone work.
Yeah.
There is no they would have known about this
my word.
long before
Guys.
Smart
He's gonna
ham.
get my word, thank goodness.
He'll be cancelled out by Sparrow, but the damage is already done. Smosh
over.
has single-handedly won the round. It's a 3k for him. He's gone unchecked. I didn't see a single drone. Now they're coming out. It doesn't matter. It's a minute 45 left. It's 2v4. V-drop. You guys need to play as a stack. You need to play as a team, and I can only imagine that there's arguments or something going on internally, because this is unattractive siege. It's not fun to watch, and you don't normally play with this lack of intelligence and lack of intel. It's sad to see, and ATK are just swimming in the faults of V-drop. That's all that it is. I haven't seen anything that ATK have done, mind you me, a few rounds obviously, but for the majority of it, ATK haven't been winning purely because of their own ability. They've been winning purely off of the faults of V-drop. And it's scary to see that, because these are the teams that are currently both tied for first, both unbeaten, and they're playing like they bought Siege a few months ago.
Yeah, this is it's not looking good for V-drop, if I'm going to be honest. You know, they're not doing the basics. You know, losing Thatcher that early, again losing that early frag. You know, we discussed this again and over. You know, that opening frag is really proving to have a massive effect on this whole series. So, and it's just so simple. Like, oh man, it's just from peeking a window where you should have droned out before even going up there almost. And yeah, with 10 seconds left now, this map or this round is over. It's 4-1 for ATK.
And the guys of the V-drop are just taking this time, I imagine, to just talk amongst themselves. You see Sparrows teabagging inside of spawn. He doesn't care to try and pull this round back in the 2v4 effort. It's not going to happen realistically, and hopefully they've taken that time to kind of talk it out. They know they need to get at least one round. A 5-1 is a grueling position, and we've seen it happen. The team that takes the 5-1 are the team that wins. We saw on first map. V-drop take a 5-1 on attack, swiftly walk over them, and they're able to close out the series 7-2, I believe. So come the second map, ATK managed to get a 5-1 on the split, and they're able to close it out 7-3. If we don't see V-drop taking this round, I find it very unlikely that they will progress this unbeaten streak. Remember, Aldo, this is also for the top 4. Eh? Whoever wins this game all but guarantees their spot in the top 4. And right now, ATK are looking to make quite a bit of a comeback from their old motion stories.
Yeah, I think... yeah. V-drop's in a very tough position right now, where I feel like they absolutely need to win this round. They can't go 5-1 behind, because I think by then their morale, the momentum, everything will just be against them. And now it's the third map. You can't make mistakes now. It's 1-1. This is the decider. This is for that, like, to secure your top 4 spot in the playoffs. So, you know, I don't know. What I've seen now with V-drop and how they play, I am a little bit concerned that I won't be surprised if ATK just go on a rampage and take the remaining rounds.
Yeah, it's concerning to say the least for V-drop. But I mean, again, it's not all lost. We aren't on match point yet. We're still seeing a possible 4-2, which again would not be considered a bad feat by any means for the attackers. We know how defender side of this map is, and hopefully V-drop are able to do that so we can go to OT. I'll do that what we both want right now, I think. Drone work is coming out already, and that's, thank God, already there's some other switch on, and I think that maybe that talk of those last 20 seconds may be starting to prove maybe starting to prove its worth right now. We are seeing 3 players on the side of V-drop pushing Bedroom, and guess what I'll do? Bedroom is free real estate, and the entire team is almost his entire team is looking onto the south side of the map. I would like to see now the small interplay come into the the hands of VDROP with us opening up the wall, making sure that happens. 6 getting dropped by CJ very early, and again, that's an early pick, and I can tell you right now, that's an Amaru through a window that you have not droned out, and yeah, I mean, likewise, Sparrow coming for the refrag, also getting deleted by that of the Kaid, and
all coming out, rip, double.
Oh,
yeah. Nah, this is. I think this is. This is not good. Run back to spawn, Kaden. Run back to spawn.
This is hard to watch, Aldo.
Yeah, this is not good to watch at all. You know, it's basic stuff. Come on, you need to clear out the bottom there, especially when they give you bedroom. You know, it is a bit sus if a team just gives you free real estate, and I'm surprised ATK didn't do it in the first 2 times they were there, because I don't even think VDROP once cleared the bottom floor to make sure that there's no C4s or anything. So yeah, you know, when they lack this like synergy and kind of just lack of knowledge on what to do, I'm not really confident that they're gonna have the knowledge on defense on the same map after all of this. So yeah, it's gonna be very tough for VDROP to bring this back.
It's one thing to lack certain. Oh my, yeah, he's just getting deleted there by Smosh. Well done. Huge round from Smosh, the double C4 kill, as well as the frag onto the Nomad to close off the round. It's one thing to not be on the same level as another team in terms of their strategy or seeing eye to eye with what the plans are of ATK and so on and so forth, but if you aren't executing basics, and I mean absolute bare minimum basics, when you start this game, when you start Siege, when you go into the training grounds or the learning area of Siege, you're granted situations which teach you how to play this game. And I believe the first training grounds, no, not the first, the second training grounds mission is you on Cafe, and they start you off on a drone and they ask you to spot the site and tag people and essentially red ping them so that you can shoot them through walls. That is the second tutorial of this game, Aldo. And you don't use your drones. That's not good. That is appalling for a team that is playing in the Premier League. And I don't want to roast people too hard because, you know, I think that sometimes, you know, judgment isn't, you know, the solution to all. But yeah, that's...
Yeah, when it comes down to the basic kind of fundamentals of Siege, you know, you would like to see that in a GOM team, especially in the Premier Division of RMG. Yeah, it's just like when that round started and they got that opening pick, I already knew what was going to happen. You know, it's like the team's just everywhere, they aren't clearing the basic things, but now they just need to hit that reset button hard. Like a BIOS reset everything, you know, go back to the basics of basics. Yeah. So, and then just hope to get your momentum back on defense. You know, Villa is a defender-sided map, and it's the first map where we see so many defensive rounds actually won by a team. So it's a bit of a switch up, but now VDROP's going to have to roll with it. They are now going to have to win some rounds on defense and gain some confidence. But will we see it is the other question, you know. Their morale must definitely be low. Third map, 5-1 down. It can't be good on their side.
One thing I've already noticed, CJ already taking quite a bit of damage. I'm not too sure who that's from. One thing I've already noticed from the operator lineup is that VDROP are just playing guns now. They've got a Doc, which again is not a very common operator. You see him purely for bragging in ranked. Jaeger, we're aware of his capabilities with his gun. Vigil coming out. Likewise with the Bandit. If you have a Kaid, why bring the Bandit? It's very gun-orientated operator picks, and Smosh's Twitch drone will get taken out very quickly. Hopefully that didn't get any of the Bandit batteries that I'm assuming are on the wall. Makehead's just creeping up. Oh, there goes the ADSs, and he's going to go unchecked. He will walk up very close to the door, and if no one is playing there except for the Kaid of Clippies, but he's turning around. He doesn't know what's happening. Yeah. My man, the door. What the hell is happening? AJ already up. The Vigil creeping up the stairs. He will find the Nomad. The second frag does come out, Sparrow. Thank you.
Oh,
but
good refrag.
Huge stuff from the side of ATK. Massive interplay as I believe the wall is open. If I'm not mistaken.
I think it's not.
Oh. What the hell?
Ah, no, you should not have lost that gunfight. Doc, you're gonna have to go big, my guy. Jordan also holding an angle here on Astronomy Room. Guys, you need to hit your shots now, and he does not hit his shots.
But it's a 1v1, old dude. The gun's coming out from... You know how deadly this man is. He does have the HP with the stump. But he's got to. It doesn't really matter because the headshot coming out from Vibes are 2 times proving slightly better than the 1.5 times. You had time. Relax. It's... you can tell by my loss of words. I'm really like, I'm... Yeah, okay, yeah, Aldi, yeah, This is just such a burner. And it doesn't even... Yeah, I don't know. Sparrow, huge, well done. You've woken up, but it's a little bit too little too late. And right now we see ATK on match point, and if they take this, they take the series 2-1 in a very, very well-deserved reverse sweep fashion. CJ is 6th picking onto the Finker. I hope that's a rush that we are seeing on match point because, that would be quite a way to end off the series.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I really hope this wouldn't happen, but unfortunately it did. ATK 6-1 up. I was really hoping for a really tough game, especially in the third map. But I don't know, VDROP just lost it. After the first map, for some reason, a switch just got flipped, and the momentum and the confidence and the ability and the gameplay and whatever else you want to say just went towards ATK. And that's big credit on them, They adapted extremely well to VDROP's gameplay, and they just... They just made the necessary adjustments and won probably 2 maps, 6-1. I highly doubt VDROP will bring this back.
But it is a possibility.
It is indeed. But is it though?
No, look, I think it's very foolish to bet all your life savings on VDROP pulling through a comeback. I think it's very unlikely. But we have seen comebacks happen. It's not very often, but we have seen them happen. And if VDROP want to confirm their spot in the finals, they need to win this game. And in saying that, I will have to commend ATK's ability to adapt and swiftly adjust to that of ATK. They've kind of, that of VDROP, sorry. They've kind of identified their weaknesses and they've pieced together a formula that has been untouched right now. The drone work is there. The flank watch is there. The ability of the players to win one-on-one gunfights is there. We already see the main wall being opened, if I'm not mistaken. Jordan's not even going to try to banner trick that, which I really do question. That's main wall open with 1:40 left. It's too much time. Clibby's playing very aggressive on that wall, will not choose to swing out. There are 2 members of ATK sitting just outside that door. Are they playing Vert? Do they even have a Vert operator? They don't even have a Vert operator. They're taking Vert.
Yeah.
I'm assuming purely for the fact of taking Vert, which, in my opinion, isn't the greatest idea. C4s will rain out, and Smosh has just dropped down the skylight. He's going to pick a fight with the Valkyrie of... Whoa, what am I saying? Sparrow. He's going to pick a fight with...
There we go.
Yeah, that's the one. Sparrow will find another engagement with the Twitch. They've kind of circled around. He will hit the shot as he drops Smosh, who has been inaugural in this team's performance. Fluff is getting the refrag on a Jordan, and it's up now to Sparrow to find another pick. We know that 60's already getting involved. He's trying to get rid of Mekid on a slither of HP, and he should not be alive for much longer. Just trading very effectively. I think that's been the name of the game. Fluff is trading on the... as I
into
say
sight,
that,
yeah.
they're going to do it very quickly, but Clippy's getting the refrag and Sparrow getting a further kill onto the Nomad, and we might see that comeback that we so eagerly joked about, Aldu. As the 3v2 comes through on your screen, Sparrow, you need to act right now. There's two of them in Memo. The calls should be coming out.
Oh,
they both
double.
swing wide, and Kalen will just mow through both of them. One head, gone. Two head, gone. And that is the start of a fabulous comeback. And I hope I don't eat my words when I say that. A fabulous comeback by VDRXP Gaming. Please, guys, let's go to overtime. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to say goodbye to this. I want to see us go the full 8 mile. But yeah, VDRXP, good adjustment. Let's see if you can continue that or if that was just a flash in the pan. I hope it is not the latter. Pinker's still being brought out by ATK, which I question. Why not bring a buck for vert play or a sledge, with nades so you can throw from below? But, I've questioned ATK all evening, Aldu, and they have simply progressed through the obstacle that is VDRXP.
Yeah, it's they're really just putting themselves in a difficult position, in map 2 and 3. And in my opinion, it's realistically a bit late to wake up now. They can bring it back, but the amount of pressure, this is series point. You can't make any mistakes for 4 rounds. It's doable, and if they do it, that'll be mega for their part. But
amazing.
Yeah, I don't think. I have my doubts that ATK will let that slip through their fingers. But if we do see it, that'll be some banger content for the viewers to watch.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it comes down to what the roamers are able to achieve. We saw that last round where Sparrow and 60 A wasted time and B were able to find frags on this map that lends itself so heavily towards roaming. And what I would like to see, there goes my connection. Sorry, old. What I would like to see, again, Clippy's on the yes. I would like to see the likes of Clippy's and 6C finding those frags on their own and elevating their team.
Jordan!
My words right now.
Get a kill, mate. He's 007 almost. Damn, 1 assist. We'll look over that one.
Jordan is currently on 0 for 7 in a game that has been primarily around if ATK can kill Jordan in the first minute, they essentially win the round. And it's happened again. ATK will not be punished because of it until now only, as 60 finds that kill in the roam, like I said that they should be doing. But is it enough? It's a 4v4 with a minute and a half left-ish. 60 coming up on a flank. I don't think they've taken main stairs though, so it will not be for much.
Oh.
Okay.
I was hoping he was doing the B in his team.
We do see 60's on the wrong side of the map though, and I do question this, and this comes down to your awareness, and so is Clippy's. VDRXP, do you know where they're coming from?
Yeah, they're not providing anything for their team currently.
No, we're a full 4-man coming over from the north side, and we only have 1 player to match, and it's Arrow, and he just gets taken off very quickly. The flank watch of Mekhed proving effective. And we're now in a 3v2. Yes, health advantage is on the side of VDRXP, but I mean, ATK have more guns and they've been winning gunfights. The air jab will go off. No one is there to capitalize on it. Yeah, I don't know. I can see the lack of the vibes is in sight. The plant's going down. Are we just going to end it here? Are we going to end on a 7 to make this series slow? I think we will, as the frags start coming out into sight. Vibes taking off the head of 60. It's Clippy's in a 1v4. Will he do it for his team? I can already see the entry point is the vault wall. He will maybe use it to get those frags. He has gotten 1. He needs to have a 3. He does not get the shots onto the ash. The pre-fire is coming out. It's just Clippy's 21 seconds, although it's looking less and less and less and less
Compromised.
possible. It's gone. The possibilities are over, and that is ATK cleaning up the series 2-1 with a very, very impressive sweep over VDROP. 7-2 is the scoreline. ATK, congratulations. I believe you guys should be set for the finals, and it's good to have you guys back.
Wow. What a game. It's actually surprising that not a single map was close. All 3 maps were won by quite a large margin of confidence and comfortability. Yeah, and it's strange. Before the game, we were talking about how close this could be. And yes, it did go 3 maps. But it was such a dominant performance from VDROP in map 1, and then from there on, it vanished. Thanos snapped out of existence, and ATK just took over and just dominated the next two maps, being Oregon and Villa. Yeah, damn, that was quite something to see.
Yeah, it in my mind, it very easily reflected that of you and your sibling are having a fight. You know, he hits you kind of hard, and then you hit him ever so harder. It felt like that. It was a 7-2 walkover. It turned into a 7-3 in the side of ATK, and then they just kept doing that. They just did another 7-2 on Villa, and yeah, I don't know what to say. There was clearly structure, and there was clearly some or other format that VDROP were following on map 1, but it just faded, and I'm struggling to understand why it would fade after such a dominant performance. And then in saying that, ATK, oh my word, were you guys dominant. Map 2, you take it, yes, you screwed around for a few rounds, and that's where VDROP were able to, you know, stage a comeback, although it did not follow through. And then come Villa, you have a dominant defense with some questionable castle barricades, but it doesn't matter because your guns are electric, and you simply just take the map control back by clicking on their heads. Smosh, huge plays on the roam, and he very easily established his presence. I think he ended up with 12 or more kills. I could be very wrong, Aldo. But yeah.
Yeah, it was
Huge.
a few.
massive performance. I cannot highlight ATK's performance more than that, I guess. I would like to, just while we're wrapping things up, there will not be an interview, unfortunately, with the current setup that we are doing. By the way, Aldo, have you noticed anything different about the stream?
Oh, Jared, it's great that you mentioned that.
No. Whoa.
For all the viewers watching, we had a little bit of a refashion of or rework of the stream and the artwork and the overlays, and it was a little bit of a test run. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any comments, you can feel free to let me know, let Jared know, let anyone from RMG know. And yeah, we just wanted to mix a few things up and see what the community thinks and how it works on the stream. And you know, I don't know, from my side, it looks pretty good, Jared. I don't know what your thoughts are.
I have my opinions, but I will keep them to myself for now. I'm actually just impressed and how well we are dressed, Aldo, if I can say so myself. We decided to follow suit. Decided to follow suit with the overlays. And yeah, we've made our effort. I'm glad that the players themselves made their effort. It was an enjoyable cast, very questionable at times, but nonetheless, I mean, who doesn't enjoy people gunning each other? Who doesn't enjoy having the casters rip apart teams for being inadequate in the Premier League? I sure do. I really enjoy it. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. Again, big shout out to 32GI for sponsoring this event. We wouldn't be here without you. We really do appreciate the sponsorship. It really helps out the league. It really helps all of us out here. And thank you, Raving Mad, for hosting such an amazing league that we are able to compete in, both myself and Aldo as casters, myself and all the other players as players. And yeah, Aldo, I think we can wrap it up.
Yeah, I think just on a very last note, just like to thank RMG, the sponsor, 32GI, for making this whole tournament possible for all the players and us, the casters. You know, it's a big impact on the community. All the players and teams love this series, and you know, it stands out across the rest. And it's a very big league. Teams really compete at the highest level, and it would not be possible without 32GI and RMG. And massive thank you to you guys. But on that note, that is all from me. And Jared, I think you also, if you don't have anything else to say, I think that is pretty much it. Got the thumbs up. But thank you everyone for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream and the game. And we will be back as soon as we can with another banger game.
Cool. Later, everyone. Enjoy your evening. We'll see you for the next one. Cheers.